2024. Time to write the wrong date for like the next 2 months. Cause I almost wrote the wrong date today. When Ryujin was like happy 2024, I almost wrote happy 2023, but I caught myself and I deleted it really fast. Anyways, welcome to the first stream, the first Aki stream of the year. We will be reading the Saw movie script. Happy New Year! Saw by Leigh Whannell and James Wan. I'm gonna try to do the sound effects too, but I'm not that good at it. Also, it's missing pages 32 and 33 apparently. I'm gonna saw my leg off. Yeah, they basically do it like... they do it so many times. Anyways. Fade in. Enter, we are underwater. The low roar of deep water. There is no surface or floor here. This ocean is infinite in all directions. Then through the inky void of light. A tiny penlight on a chain. It floats upwards towards us, a tag trailing behind it on the end of the chain. At first, the light shows us nothing until its glow lands on a face. The face of a young man, his eyes are closed, mouth aghast in mute shock. Adam! Ah! Sorry. His eyes abruptly flick open, wide with terror. He takes a breath, swallowing only water. Thrashing and expelling bubbles, he kicks out, hitting something. He sees a bath plug below him. He is in a bathtub. The man's leg thumps against the tub's edges as he strains to sit up. The plug chain coils around his toe and he jerks it upward, releasing the plug. The water whirlwinds down the plug hole, gurgling. That's gurgling sounds. The penlight clinks down the drain, taking the tag with it. We hear the man suck in a huge breath above the surface, coughing and gasping. We hear the man, but we do not see him. It is pitch black. Tiny slivers of light are all that allow us quick glimpses of the man's face. Everything else is darkness. Jesus Christ! We hear a chain rattle. The man screams in pain, his cry echoing as if he were inside a steel chamber. Help! Someone help me, please! There is a faint noise. It's close. Inside the room. Who's that? Is someone there? Silence. Is this some kind of sick joke? What? Oh, he beats the bathtub. Hey! Again, no reply. Panic rises in the man's voice. Shit, I'm probably dead. A second voice slices through the blackness, that of an older sounding man. You're not dead. Who's there? No reply. Who's there? The man breathes hard, waiting for an answer. None comes. He breathes hard. Who's there? Turn on the lights! Be quiet. What the fuck is going on? Where am I? I don't know yet. We hear hands slapping against hard surfaces, feeling around. Someone sniffs the air. Who's the one slapping around? Oh, MFG. I think I cussed so much there when we played Dead Plate because of Vince. He was like, "You freaking pig!" I was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa." Puts Vince in a saw trap. Hi, Jay. We hear hands slapping against hard surfaces, feeling around. Someone sniffs the air. What is that smell? Shh. After an expectant beat, we remain in darkness. The man begins whispering to himself, childlike, primal. God, please help me. I'll be a better person. I swear I'll do anything you want. Please just get me out of this. Beep! A flash of light illuminates the room, then goes out. It zaps again, then blinks on and off spastically before flooding the entire room with white light. Oh my god, I know exactly what that sounds like. The long ceiling light sound is like bzz, 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 bzz. We are reading peak fiction tonight. This is a peak bedtime story. A row of fluorescent tubes on the ceiling have come to life. The older man's hand rests on a light switch. The two men shield their faces, then peek out of their surroundings through strained eyes. The older man, Lawrence Gordon, 46, has the handsome, dignified face of an important white male. The other man, Adam Radford, 25, looks like a drowned rat. A young, grungily dressed drowned rat. That's our boy! That's our boy! It's him! It's him, my male wife! He's just like me, for real. I like how they describe Lawrence Gordon. Handsome, dignified face of an important white male. They are at opposite ends of a large bathroom, 30 feet apart. Both have no shoes, and both are shackled to separate floor-to-ceiling pipes with a thick, 3-foot-long steel chain which ends in a clamp that binds their right ankle. The windowless room is almost bare, save for a bathtub and toilet on either side of Adam, and a basin which juts out of the wall to the right of Lawrence. Pipes strangle the ceiling like rusted vines. A large mirror is mounted on the wall facing them. Above it is a clock, which reads 10 to 8. The men's attention turns to the floor between them, where a blue and bloated naked male corpse is sprawled face down in the center of the room. That's crazy. A lake of blood coats the floor around his head, which his brains have been blown out of all over the wall. In his left hand is a .387 revolver strapped to his skin with duct tape. In his right hand is a tape recorder. The contrast is even cooler when you read it in the script. Yeah, like this dignified white male, and then it's this like scrangly little kid, young man, looks like he drowned. The silence punctuates their shock. Is that... Lawrence kneels down for a better look at the corpse. Adam shuts his eyes, takes a deep breath, opens them again. He vomits. Lawrence looks up as Adam retches. He puts a finger over his lips, signaling for Adam to be quiet, then presses his ear against the grimy, tiled wall behind him. His eyes follow a sound which travels up the wall to the ceiling, making its way along one of the pipes until it reaches a hole where it drips out water. Smash his face in! Do it! Lawrence presses his ear against the wall again, closing his eyes and concentrating hard. Nothing. No birds chirping. No urban atmosphere. True silence. Clang, clang, clang! Lawrence whirls on Adam, who kicks the bathtub with his foot clamp. Help! The echo fades. Adam gets on the floor, struggling to pull his foot through the clamp. Its steel edge cuts into his foot as he heaves backwards. He collapses in pain. Lawrence watches him. Calm down. Calm down? Despite himself, Lawrence's stern, even tone has the effect of settling Adam a little. Are you alright? What? Are you injured in any way? I don't know. I don't think so. What's your name? My name is very fucking confused. Lawrence turns his attention to the body. I like how Lawrence just ignored Adam. He's like, okay. Anyways, Lawrence, pointing at the corpse. Do you recognize that man? Adam shakes his head. Do you have any idea how you got here? What's the last thing you remember? Adam looks away. Cut to... stairwell, apartment building, night, flashback. Low rent, it's late, a baby wails somewhere. Oh, they cut this out of the movie, I remember. One of these parts. Adam clomps noisily up the stairs, alone and singing loudly to himself. A 35mm camera, is it millimeter? Camera slung over his shoulder. A voice from upstairs yells down at him. Hey, it's 3 in the morning, pal! Some people have to work! I know, don't you feel sorry for them? I'm gonna be waiting for you one day, you little shithead. Adam mouths the words little shithead along with the irate neighbor. This is clearly a well-worn routine. One day, that voice was closer. Adam stops and turns, his eyes searching for the source. The baby has stopped crying and only the wind replies. He turns again, coming face to face with a grim policeman on a faded neighborhood watch poster. He shoots the cop with his fingers. Pew pew! Then heads up onwards to his front door. A loud meow is heard. Meow! And Adam starts. A mangy stray cat slinks up to him. Jesus, cat! Adam unlocks his door and goes in. The cat hovers. A few beats pass. The door opens again, Adam emerging with a carton of milk. He leans down, picking up the cat and gently stroking its face. What a lovely non-judgmental animal you are. He doesn't see the dark figure behind him walk stealthily through his open door into the blackness beyond it. That's so creepy. But I think they cut out this part of the cat. I'm not sure though. But man, when you find out what his dream was later, this scene hits so hard. My little cat person. Adam stands up, leaving the milk for the cat. He walks back into his apartment and shuts the door. The cat purrs. Oh, that's so creepy. Like watching someone sulk into or slink into someone else's house, apartment. Cut to bathroom present. Adam looks dazed. I got home, went inside. That's it. You said someone threatened you. That was just my neighbor. He thinks I'm some unemployed guy whose sole purpose in life is to keep him awake at night. He doesn't know I actually work nights. What do you do? Exactly what can you do when you're surrounded by such ignorance? Lawrence studies his face. Needs more. Adam's so annoying. He's such a smartass. Anyways, there's nothing more to tell. I went to bed in a shithole and woke up in an actual shithole. They stand in silence for a beat, suspicions flying between them. What about you? Close on Lawrence. Cut to underground parking lot, night, flashback. Clutching a briefcase, Lawrence marches quickly through the empty spaces of an underground parking lot, approaching a lonely BMW in the far corner, the only car left. Suddenly, a flash goes off behind him. Lighting up the cavernous lot for a split second, he whirls around scanning. No one is there. Lawrence reaches the BMW. He opens his briefcase, the contents all neatly and precisely allotted. With one last nervous survey of the parking lot, he opens the door and slides into the leather-covered driver's seats. He starts the car, hurried and frenzied. We see what he does not, a dark figure rising in the back seat behind him. Cut to bathroom present. Lawrence is deep in thought. He rolls up his sleeve and spots a tiny hole in his vein. He looks up at Adam. Lift up your sleeves. Adam does. Can you see a bruise or a needle entry? Adam searches his arms. Yeah, what is it? Chances are we've been injected with some kind of barbiturate. Rohypnol, most probably. Lawrence is too smart for me. Adam glares at him. How does he know so much? As if in psychic answer, I'm a doctor. My name is Lawrence. Adam. Lawrence nods back. In unison, they both direct their attention to the corpse. First dead body I've ever seen. They look different in real life. They don't move. What we need to do is start thinking about why we're here. Lawrence stares at the chain on his foot. Whoever brought us here could have killed us by now, but they didn't. They must want something from us. Adam ponders this, his eyes suddenly locking on the bathtub. Alarm bells go off in his head. He whips his shirt up, checking his body. Can you see any scars? Lawrence shoots him a perplexed look. This is what they do, see? They kidnap you and drug you, and before you know it, you're lying in a bathtub and your kidneys are on eBay. He rips his shirt off, craning his neck to get a look at his back. No one has taken your kidneys. How can you tell from over there? You'd either be in terrible agony or dead by now if they had, I promise you. Adam sits on the floor, unbuckling his jeans and yanking them down. Yeah, well, how do you know I'm not in terrible agony? Lawrence dismisses him, turns to look up at the clock. It is the only object in the room not encrusted with mold. Adam's so silly. That clock, it's brand new. So someone wants us to know the time. Suddenly, Adam stops dead. He has found something in the pocket of his jeans. It's an envelope. Adam is written on the front. Adam opens it, letting the contents fall onto the floor. Inside is a micro cassette tape. Written on the tape, the words, "Isn't this fun? Play me for the rules." What is it? Adam is too engrossed to respond. Excuse me! Adam looks up at him. It's a tape. It says, "Play me for the rules." Where did you find it? It was in my pocket. Lawrence slips his hands into his own pocket, rummaging and pulling something out. It's another envelope, this time labeled Lawrence. He opens it. Inside it is an identical cassette tape, a single bullet, and a key. Lawrence tries the key in the lock on his foot. No good. Throw it over here. Lawrence hesitates. Oh, come on. Lawrence tosses the key over. It doesn't work for Adam either. Their eyes go to the tape recorder in the body's left hand. Adam springs into action. He lays down, stretching as far as he can reach. His grasp is a good 3 feet short. Use your shirt. Adam wraps one arm of his shirt around his hand, flinging it out over the tape recorder with no result. He tries again. Another miss. It won't work. Look around. There must be something else you can use. There's nothing. There must be something. Why don't you try doing it? Lawrence scans the room thinking. The bath plug. He's right. Adam snatches the plug and chain from its mooring. He quickly ties it to one arm of his shirt and again sprawls on his stomach. He casts it out and this time he succeeds, the plug landing perfectly and snagging the handle on the tape recorder. Adam reels it in. He blows a layer of dust off the recorder, then slots his tape inside. Places his finger on the play button, presses down. Tape hisses, wheezes forth, drowning their chamber's every rivet. It drones on for eternity, and then a voice. One that slices through bone, high-pitched and cheerful. High-pitched and cheerful? Is it me? It still manages to sound sickly, like a ventriloquist puppet reading a eulogy. High-pitched and cheerful. Rise and shine, Adam! This is a game! So many days you have wanted to die. Today your aim is to live. To get out of this room alive. Either way, you win, yes? That's so sad. It was like, hi, Adam. You're depressed and suicidal, but today your goal is to get out of this room. Crazy. The tape hiss returns. Adam fast forwards a few beats, but there is nothing else there. He presses stop. I don't get it. Throw me the player. No, you throw me your tape. Look, we're going to have to work together if we want to get out of here. We'll work together after I hear what's on your tape. Lawrence sighs and tosses his tape across the room. Adam plucks it up, placing it in the recorder. He presses play. Dr. Gordon, this is your wake-up call. Throughout your life, you have told many people that they are going to die. Today, you will be the cause of death. Your aim in this game is to kill Adam. Wow! You have until 4 on the clock to do it. There is a man in the room with you. When there is that much poison in your blood, the only thing left to do is kill yourself. You may use his gun to kill Adam. To get to it, you'll have to get free from your chain. There are ways to win this hidden all around you. Just remember, X marks the spot for the treasure. Find the X. Oh wait, it coughs before it says that. To get to it, you'll have to get free from your chain. There are ways to win this hidden all around you. Just remember, X marks the spot for the treasure. Find the X. The voice pauses, letting the information sink in. If you do not kill Adam by 4, then I'm going to kill Allison and Diana, Dr. Gordon, your wife and daughter. Let the game begin. The voice cuts out. Lawrence is shell-shocked. Can't believe what he's just heard. Give me that. Now. Bewildered, Adam heaves it over. Lawrence rewinds it. Then I'm going to kill Allison and Diana, Dr. Gordon, your wife and daughter. Let the games begin. Whatever chaos is raging inside Lawrence, he holds it in, just. Maybe it's a bluff. Adam's eyes fall on the rotting corpse. Pity fills him. I'm sorry. Lawrence stares intently at the recorder, like it holds the key to everything. Any idea who that is? Lawrence shakes his head. He knows us. Lawrence is in another world. He fast-forwards the tape, listening for more. There's nothing but hiss. The tape squawks suddenly as Lawrence runs it forward. He takes it back, motioning for Adam to be quiet, and listens. Follow your heart. Adam sees Lawrence mouth the words to himself. Follow your heart. What do you think? A beat then, Lawrence springs into action. He unbuttons his shirt, lifting up the singlet underneath and exposing his white office worker flesh. Sprawled across the top left side of his chest, across his heart, is the word toilet written backwards. He faces the mirror, reads it. Toilet. They both focus on the filth-encrusted toilet next to Adam. At this point, just shoot me. Lawrence nods to him to check it. Adam flips open the seat cover, squinting into the muck. Doesn't want to do it. He takes a deep breath and plunges his arm in, scrounging. Finding nothing, he retracts it, sickened. Ugh. Gross. Anything? Just shit. Take off the lid. Adam lifts the cistern lid off, reaching in and hauling up a large plastic bag, water dripping off of it. Well done is painted across it. I really wish I had checked inside there first. He sets the bag down, cautious, peers inside. What is it? A beat, then Adam lifts 2 large hacksaws out of the bag. The hacksaws! Hi, Gabby! Girl, I'm here! Gabby, in time for bedtime story. It's okay, Gabby. All you did, you just missed, like, context, I guess. Context, and then, I don't know, Adam was kind of funny. Adam being funny. And he also fed a little cat. Meow. Hello, Gabby. Welcome. Oh yeah, Adam looking like a drowned rat. We love him. Heart eyes. I really wish I would have checked inside there first. He sets the bag down, cautious, peers inside. Oh yeah, Adam also had to like fish through a dirty toilet. At that point, just shoot me. What is it? A beat, then Adam lifts 2 large hacksaws out of the bag. This is a game. Watch out, they could be anything. Adam drops them with a clatter, steps on one of them. Seems like a fairly normal hacksaw to me. He picks one up and attempts to saw through his chain with it. You won't be able to cut through the chain with that. We'll see. Lawrence watches him tense. Can't wait any longer. Pass me the other one, please. Adam pitches the other hacksaw to Lawrence, off to one side. As he reaches over to get it, Adam flings the plastic bag into the bathtub behind him. They pull their chains taut and begin cutting. Lawrence takes his time. Adam forces it, the chain shaking. I love how much the script, like, the descriptions of these 2 characters contrast each other. I just love reading, guys. We just love reading. We pan up to a clock mounted above the mirror, which now reads 9:15. Cut to clock face. We are inside the clock. Looking out at the bathroom, the second's hand ticks into view, swiping across frame and causing a transition. We are now looking at the same view, only later. Lawrence continues to cut at his chain. He swaps the hacksaw into his left hand, trying to steady the chain with his right, but this is proving next to impossible. Adam has given up on the chain and is attempting to saw through the solid concrete pipe the chain is attached to. He grips his hacksaw with both hands, thrusting ferociously. Cut to bathroom. Adam picks up momentum, the hacksaw trembling. Lawrence stops trying to cut through his chain. He winces as Adam's blade screeches. Snap! The blade on the hacksaw breaks off, wedged into the concrete. Adam boils. Fuck! He hurls the hacksaw handle at the mirror, smashing one corner of it. Small shards ricochet around the room. Anger erupts inside him. He thrashes wildly, trying to rip his chain from the wall. Wears himself out. He simmers, chest heaving. Oh, man. Like, even from the descriptions, you can tell Adam's like just this young guy, this young man. He'd never make it this easy. Lawrence gently places his hacksaw on the ground. He doesn't want us to cut through our chain. He wants us to cut through our foot. Adam reacts to he. I may know who has done this to us. Who? It's not someone I know personally. It's someone I know of. Spill it. Lawrence looks away. The police still don't have his name. Dissolve to Neuroscience Ward, Hospital, Day, Flashback. Lawrence pulls back a bed curtain, revealing a sleeping man surrounded by the sluggish drone of hospital machinery. A head nurse and 3 student doctors stand behind him. Lawrence checks the man's vital signs chart. Let's decrease this morphine dosage to 10 milligrams. The head nurse takes notes. I also want the oxygen saturation monitored. A gangly orderly shuffles past, pushing a trolley. He stops and listens. Lawrence turns to face the student doctors, meeting eyes of one of them in particular, a pretty young female with red hair. She smiles shyly. This patient has an inoperable front of brain tumor. It is metastatic and started as a colorectal cancer. The patient came in for the insertion of a port and had an adverse reaction to the anesthetic. His name's John, Dr. Gordon. He's a real interesting person. He's an artist, see? Why, thank you for that information, Zepp. The orderly moves on. Lawrence watches him go, shakes his head. As I was saying, the patient had... Dr. Lawrence Gordon, please contact switchboard on extension 1217. Obviously, someone doesn't want me to tell you what the patient had. The student doctors laugh. Lawrence's office, hospital day, flashback. Neat, breathtakingly neat. Lawrence enters his very clean office to find two men, David Tapp, 40, and Stephen Singh, 28, Asian. Stephen Singh was 28 years old? Oh, sorry. Oh, that just made me so sad. Anyways, already inside it, Tapp reads the certificates on the wall. Singh leans against her desk. They look up. I thought Singh was like 40 or something. Oh, man. Hello, Dr. Gordon. I'm Detective Tapp. This is Detective Singh. It's an honor to meet you, sir. Thank you. I'm doing my best, as is everyone else here. Lawrence shakes hands with Tapp. He is dressed sloppily, shirt unironed. Singh simply salutes, looks bored. Sorry to interrupt you while you're working. It's fine. How can I help you, gentlemen? We're investigating a serious matter which has occurred overnight. Lawrence nods his head, eyes switching between the two cops. Are you able to tell us where you were between the hours of 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. last night, Doctor? Lawrence stiffens, hesitates. Why is it that you're interested? Believe us, the time between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. last night was very interesting. We'd like to ask you a few questions about it, for your sake. I think it would be best if we did it down at the station. Lawrence notices other doctors staring in through the office window. He walks over and closes the blinds. I'm sorry, what is this all about? You won't cooperate? I didn't say that. I said I want to know what this is about. Look, we can arrest you right now in front of everyone, or you can come with us quietly. The choice is yours, Doctor. Cut to interview room, police station, day flashback. Lawrence sits rigid in a chair opposite Tapp and Singh. Lawrence's lawyer, Brett Wilkes, 43, is next to him. A reel-to-reel recorder rolls between them. So you won't tell us anything? This is ridiculous. We need you to know what all this is in relation to. My client has already asked you repeatedly. I like it better when he talks, pal. What are you trying to do? Scare me with a half-assed bad cop routine? Unless you give me some details, we're leaving. Understood? A young man was murdered last night, between the hours of 11 p.m. and 1 a.m., Counsel. We have reason to believe that Dr. Gordon may be involved, and while we're on tape, I'll just say that his reluctance to talk is looking a lot like an admission of guilt. Office, police station, day, flashback continued. Lawrence stands, Brett sits opposite him. They are alone. Of course I don't know what they're talking about, Brett. How long have we known each other? They found my fingerprints at a murder scene. I'm at a total loss as to how. I have to ask, Larry, what were you doing last night? This is tearing Lawrence up, letting go of secrets. Lawrence? He steps in towards Brett. I was visiting someone, not my wife. Oh. Brett contemplates this. Well, my advice is to bite the bullet and give them your alibi now, because no one's going to believe you later. Go for a truthful defense and wrap this up. Lawrence can't bear the thought of letting the police know. Bathroom present. Let me take a sip of water. Isn't this great, guys? I don't know. Movie scripts are so fun to read. Because they describe everything so, like... movie-like, obviously. But I love that. Lawrence tries his best to appear unperturbed by the memory. That was 5 long months ago. He tried to set me up for murder. Listen, all I want to know is... Actually, he's no murderer. He never killed anyone. He waits for his victims to kill themselves. Are they always chained up in a room with you? It's kind of funny. Why is Adam kind of funny? Lawrence doesn't react. Scans the room around him. This person is a very sick individual. We drift away from Lawrence toward the ceiling. We close in on one of the fluorescent tubes until its white light blinds us. We pull back from the light, now staring down a torch in sewer night flashback. The place where our filth goes. Water leaks, germs breed, secrets rot. A torch beam swatches the darkness, crisscrossing several other beams which advance through the mire. A police radio crackles. At the head of the torch pack are Tapp and Singh in gas masks. Why is it that a phone call after midnight always brings bad news? Why doesn't anyone ever call at 2 in the morning and say, "Hi, you just won the state lottery"? Not listening. According to the first report forensics, the victim's been down here roughly a month. So one more night wouldn't have bothered him, and my wife would still be speaking to me. Oh, I sing kind of funny too. They reach an iron door, which has a large hole welded into it. Carrie, 30, a female forensic, peers out through the hole. "You guys homicide?" "It's us, Carrie, your favorite dicks." "Hang on to that sense of humor, Steve. You're gonna need it." They crouch down, stepping through the hole into pitch black room flashback. A rat scurries away from the lights. The two detectives remove their gas masks. Singh points his torch and Tap sees it hunched on the floor. Another rat! A naked male body entombed in a bizarre cage made entirely from razor wire. The man has obviously tried to free himself and became entangled, the razors cutting deep into his skin. His expression is one of frozen terror. Carrie holds up a clear plastic bag with an old tape recorder inside. She presses play. The voice we heard on Lawrence and Adams' tapes spits forth. "Alright, here we go. High-pitched and cheerful." "Hello, Paul. For a long time, money has been your main concern. That will change now. You will play a game that has nothing to do with profits. All you have to do to win the game is stand up and walk out the door. If you can't do it by 3 o'clock, the door will close and then this room becomes a tomb. How much do you value your life?" Carrie shuts off the tape, then directs her torch at a large contraption on the back of the door, with a digital clock in the center that reads 3 a.m. The door was on a timer. It was wide open until 3, then it slammed shut, right on the dot. He was given 2 hours. Pitch black room earlier. Paul is inside the cage alive, reaching out for the open door. He screams as he struggles to claw through the razor wire. "My razor wire, thank you, thank you. I tried to dress up for the occasion." Pitch black room, flashback. Tap circles the body. It is clear he has never seen anything like this. He leans in close, his flashlight finding the back of the victim's neck where a small area of flesh had been neatly and precisely cut away. It is in the shape of a jigsaw piece. Jigsaw. "I think we're going to be here for a while." Singh lets out a loud sigh. "Hear that? That's the sound of my marriage going down the drain." A flash goes off, lighting up the body and freeze-framing the whole image in black and white. We pull back from the frozen image into observation room, police station, day flashback. It goes well. He reading his tapes. Thank you. Hello, Brenda. I want to play a game. Lawrence's face. He stares at the black and white forensic photo. A note clipped to it reads, "Victim 1. He casts it aside, flipping through a thick case file in front of him on a desk. He comes across another black and white photo, this time marked Victim 2. The image is of a blistered, charred hand. We descend into the photo, pulling back to reveal circular room, sewers, night, flashback. Oh yeah, this one, I mean all of them are like, but this one was, a naked male body twisted on the floor of a circular windowless room, like the bottom of a large well. The floor is covered in small metal balls, sharpened spikes protruding from them. In the center of the room is a locked safe. Several plainclothes police officers mill about, treading on the balls in heavy boots. Tap picks at the corpse, speaking aloud but directing it at no one in particular. Seems to be talking to the corpse itself. Once again, we have a male victim who appears to have been drugged and forcefully brought here by our man, Jigsaw. He moves around the room, whispering. Once again, he left a tape for the victim. Cut to circular room earlier. A gaunt naked man awakens suddenly in a chair. His right arm is smeared in a thick brown gelatin. He looks down to see the spike ball covered floor of the room he is in. An envelope sits in his lap. Mark is written across it. He tips out the contents, squinting at them in the dim light of an overhead candle. A tape player and a single match. Cut to circular room flashback. Tap holds up the tape recorder, wearing forensic gloves. It's good for you to be getting out, Mark. No one who is healthy should be bedridden. This game will have you busy, though. There's a slow-acting poison in your veins right now. The antidote is inside the safe. The combination to the safe is written on the wall. Hurry and program then you'll have to use other flammable materials. Cut to circular room earlier. The man reads numbers that are scrawled. Wait. No one who's healthy should be bedridden. So, was Mark just a NEET? Was he being punished for being a NEET? Anyways, cut to the circular room earlier. The man reads numbers that are scrawled on a thin strip of tape, which runs around the entire length of the room. Ripping it a fraction to keep track of where he's up to, he hobbles carefully across the spike balls, wincing as they cut into his feet, to the safe, where he types numbers into a keypad, then heads back toward the tape on the wall. Then the candle goes out. For a moment, we are in total darkness. Then a magic ignites. The man has set his right arm ablaze. Hi, Hitsu! Hello, welcome to Saw. Aw, thanks, what the heck? Please do relive to live the most painful means possible, okay, thanks. No, Hitsu, I don't have the arm strength for that. Also, that is very rude of me to do. That would be very rude. Circular room, flashback. Carrie tiptoes up beside Tap. Yeah, I gotta get new games. Take this, it's a lemon. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Happy New Year! Oh, I forgot to say that to Gabby. Happy New Year, Gabby! Also, Jay, Happy New Year. I keep forgetting it's New Year. Anyways. We found something, well, two things actually. She points toward a slit in the door of the rounded room. Any New Year resolutions? Not really. I don't really have any. Oopsie! No, I don't really have any. I'm just gonna take every day as it is, you know. Maybe I'll think of new goals. Oh, well, I can think of a few things I hope to accomplish, but... I don't know. Don't really have any. Aw, thank you, Hitsu. Same to you. She points toward a slit in the door of the rounded room. Someone was standing out there watching the whole thing. Damn! That's sick. She lifts up an evidence bag containing a doctor's pen light, the type used to examine people's throats and eyes. And he left something behind. Tap takes the bag. Get a rush on the prints. Oh, so is Lawrence's prints. Bang! Observation room, police station, day, flashback. Sing slams the door shut. Bam! Startling Lawrence out of his concentration. He gestures to a young woman. Mandy. Oh, is it Amanda? No, it's Mandy. No. Wait. It's Mandy? Anyways, he gestures to a young woman, Mandy, 27, who is entering the interview room with Tap on the other side of the two-way glass. You know this girl? She's one of my nurses at the hospital. I couldn't tell you her name. It's Amanda Denlin. She crawled out of a drain yesterday. Singh takes a seat next to Lawrence. Interview room, police station, day, flashback. Mandy is dressed in a loose smock, a doctor behind her. Tell me the first thing you remember, Mandy. Mandy, smiling gently, turns to face him. Cut to dark chamber at night. Mandy's flashback. A naked bulb light gives light to a figure slumped over in a chair. It is a dazed Mandy. Strapped to her mouth is a bulky metal device which clamps onto her upper and lower jaws like a medieval dental tool. It looks very painful. She comes to, eyes going wide with fear. Breathing kicks up a notch. She grips the device, trying to pull it off, but it's no good. She stands up, the chair she was sitting on flying backwards, pulled by a wire. As soon as she is on her feet, a timer at the back of her jaw trap begins rotating in a slow circle. As she gropes forward, a series of pulleys and counterweights strung around the room creak to life, spinning a television set around to face her. It clicks on. Horrified, Mandy watches as a garish, ghoulish ventriloquist doll sitting in a chair fills the screen. It speaks with the voice we have come to know as Jigsaw's. Hello, Amanda! Hard to complain when you can't open your mouth, isn't it? What the heck? Why is he like this? Think of this as similar to the therapy you love so much. This is better though. This is free. Oh my god! This is so nasty. Hard to complain when you can't open your mouth, isn't it? Think of this as similar to the therapy you love so much. This is better though. This is free. The doll turns and the grainy handheld camera image pans across to show a human skull wearing the same jaw trap. Minus the benefit of a rear view, I'll give you a demonstration of what is about to happen. There is a timer on the back of the device you're wearing. When the timer goes off, your mouth will be permanently opened. The camera zooms into the skull. We hear a timer click to a stop. Boom, the jaw trap explodes. Open in opposite directions, like a bear trap in reverse, shattering the porcelain skull. Mandy chokes as she watches. There's only one key to open your device. It is in the stomach of your cellmate. Look around. Amanda, know that I am not lying. You'd better hurry up. Your life now has a time limit. Mandy staggers backwards, her head knocking the light bulb and sending it spinning. She looks down, the swinging bulb flashing past the face of a body. She recoils, the light showing her a man lying still on the floor. Mandy lifts the shirt of the body to expose his stomach. A question mark is painted across it. Interview room, police station, day flashback. Mandy stares into her lap. There was a knife. Dark chamber, night, Mandy's flashback. An envelope marked Amanda is scotch taped to the top of the television. She rips it off, letting a scalpel fall out. A rapid montage of images flicker in the strobing light. Mandy's hand on the scalpel, the timer ticking slowly, the scalpel being raised into the light, the scalpel coming down. Then it happens. The man moves his fingers slightly, emits a tiny groan. Mandy looks down at him in horror. Observation room, police station, day flashback. Singh throws an evidence bag containing a syringe onto the table in front of Lawrence. The man in the room with her had been injected with this. It causes instant paralysis to 90% of the muscles in the body. He was alive? Singh turns back to the mirror. Was. What happened after you took it off? Dark chamber, night, Mandy's flashback. Mandy holds up an Allen key dripping blood. She feels around the back of the device, slotting the key into a hole and unlocking it. The device unlocks, the bottom half unclamping from her jaw. She holds it off her head, throwing it aside. The timer clicks to stop, and the clamp snaps open. Tears spill out of her face as she collapses, trembling, wailing, shattered. A bolt is lifted, and the door in the corner groans open. Mandy ceases making noise, staring into the darkness beyond the door, waiting. Suddenly, the smiley ventriloquist doll from the video enters, riding a tiny tricycle. The tricycle crashes at her feet, the doll spouting a perfect speaking voice. Congratulations, your will to live has seen... Actually, should I keep doing the voice? Congratulations, your will to live has seen that you have played a game and won. Savor that feeling pulsing through your veins. You are alive and healthy. Most people take their health and their life for granted, but not you anymore. Now she just has PTSD. Interview room, police station, day flashback. Mandy reaches over and takes Tap's hand. I'm alive. Tears form in her eyes. Observation room, police station, flashback. Singh shoots a she's a psycho look at Lawrence. Lady, where you're going, I'd rather be dead. Interview room, police station, flashback. Tap looks uncomfortable with the crying girl, lost for words. You're a brave girl. Tap turns to look at the mirror. From Lawrence's point of view, it looks like Tap is staring directly into his eyes. Cut to the bathroom, present. Adam looks like a frightened child. Are you sure, Tim? Lawrence surveys the room. Yes. Adam has a minor meltdown, taking it all in. Adam. Man, whenever they describe Adam as like a child, I'm like, ugh. Well, why am I here? If this bullshit is true, why the fuck am I here? I don't know. Yeah, we don't know either, Adam. We never will. I don't know either. I don't know what to believe. You can believe that we are stuck in this room, and that if we don't find a way out, we're going to run out of oxygen. That's all you need to believe. Yeah, and you could be the one who put me here. I'm in exactly the same situation as you are. Adam snatches up one of the broken mirror shards, enraged. Wrong. You've got one thing I don't, the answers. Now you either tell me who is... He cuts his tirade short. He was staring into the mirror shard he is holding, his eye reflected back at him in it. He turns it around, seeing through it. To Lawrence on the other side of the room, two-way glass. Their heads pivot toward the mirror. Adam hoists the cistern lid off the floor and heaves it at the mirror. It shatters, revealing a hollow, bare cupboard, save for a glass shell in the center guarding a camera lens. They gape at the lens, which whirs as it changes focus. We follow their gaze over to the lens until it fills the frame, luring us into blackness. We emerge from a black and white monitor screen, which displays a shot of Lawrence and Adam in the bathroom. A time display in the corner of the screen reads 10:59. We drift back from the screen into living room house. Curtains shut. Impossible to tell if it's day or night. The monitor sits on an oak dining table amongst a hive of other equipment. A laptop computer, a place scanner, a large hard drive. Cables spill out of each item like the gizzards of a slaughtered animal. Despite the tech mess on the table, the rest of the living room is immaculate, a spotless testament to the wealthy. We explore the living room further. A large family portrait adorns the wall, 3 smiling figures staring out of it, a woman, a baby girl, and a younger-looking Lawrence. We are in Lawrence's house. We crane down to reveal a silhouetted figure, sitting in front of the monitor watching Lawrence and Adam. The figure waves at them. "I can see you. Don't look at me. I can't help you." The time display on the monitor clicks over to 11. Not long to go now. We tilt up into darkness. Pull out of black into bathroom. The lens stares back at the men. Now we're on TV. I feel sick. I feel like a lab rat. Adam begins hurling pieces of the mirror at the camera. "Can you hear me in there, you dirty fuck? You haven't worried me in the slightest. I'm having the time of my life." The mirror pieces bounce off the protective box harmlessly. Adam going crazy. Same though. I mean, who wouldn't? Man, his lines are just so good. That's not going to do anything. So you just want to leave it running? You won't stop it. That's why we couldn't cut through these chains. It's why you won't break that glass. Every possible angle has been pre-thought out by him. You sound like you admire this prick. To overcome something, you have to understand what a perfect engine it is. That's how you fight disease. Except this time you have the disease. Ignoring Adam, the tape told us to find an X. That X has to be somewhere in this room. Think, where would he put it? Fuck thinking. Don't you want to scream? Lawrence turns away from Adam, concentrating. He begins scanning the room, searching for anything that looks like an X. Adam grows frustrated. How can you be the calm doctor guy when your wife and kid are out there? He could be doing anything to them right now. Are you thinking about that, huh? Your wife and daughter are... Shut up! Lawrence slams against the wall, regaining his composure. I am thinking about that. I've been thinking about the last thing I said to my daughter. Dissolve to living room, Gordon house, night, flashback. And Adam gets so emotional. Lace curtains lull gently, the only thing moving in the darkened living room. It is the same living room we saw the figure watching Adam and Lawrence on the monitor in. For now it is lifeless, not a sound. Corridor, Gordon house, night, flashback continued. We creep down the corridor toward a door. A grandfather clock ticks. It reads 3:15. Diana's bedroom, Gordon house, night, flashback continued. Blades of moonlight line the angelic face of Diana Gordon, 8 years old, as she lies in bed. Her sleeping posture is mummy-like, facing the ceiling, swamped by stuffed toys. Suddenly, she sits up. For a long beat, she just sits there, squinting into the pitch-black far corner of her room. Finally, she walks sluggishly out of her bedroom. Very good. Now you can go to sleep. Oh yeah, we're missing page 32 and 33, so it cuts right to 34. Very good. Now you can go to sleep. I'm still scared. Well, think about happy things. What happy things? Lawrence sees a thick book on Persian history on her bedside table. Oh, Parisian. Think about our trip to Europe. That's a whole year away. I'm scared now. She pulls the Pokemon emblazoned quilt over her head. Oh, she's a Pokemon fan! W. Lawrence ponders. He spies a big cone-shaped lampshade above her head. He takes it off the lamp and props it on his head. Diana pokes her head out to see Lawrence grinning dumbly at her. She giggles. Lawrence stands up and begins improvising, dancing and singing like a deranged Cossack. This is the dance of the dunce. You better watch carefully, I'll only do it once. You throw your legs out, you jump like a clown, you nod your head like this, and it takes away your frown. Diana screams with laughter. Lawrence bends over and begins slapping his behind. Then, ring! Lawrence's cell phone goes off in his pocket. He stops dancing and takes it out, but doesn't answer. He takes the lampshade off his head. I hate that thing. I have to go to work, sweetheart. You know what Daddy's job is like. He kisses her on the forehead and goes to the door. Were you just playing Pokemon? Let's go! We'll finish the song tomorrow. Lawrence switches out the light, going to shut the door. You're not going to leave us, are you, Daddy? That one stumps Lawrence. What do you mean? You mean leave you and Mom? Diana nods. Lawrence lets out a short laugh, clearly shocked. No, I would never leave you two, ever. Who gave you that idea? No one? Well, it's not true, okay? Diana stares back at him. Is she convinced? Okay. He leaves. Diana watches him go, then shuts her eyes. Good night, mister. Through the slight opening of the wardrobe, we see an eye peering through at Diana. Good night, little girl. Oh, that's so creepy! No! That used to be my biggest fear as a kid. Because I had a closet, like, facing my bed. That was my biggest fear. I was like... God, that's so scary. Cut to bathroom present. Lawrence stares at a photo of Diana in his wallet. Adam watches him, slumped against the wall. How old is your daughter? 8 years. 4 months and 6 days old. Adam laughs. So you're the dad on all the coffee mugs. I was concerned that she was becoming too yippy like her mother. Yippy? Someone who laughs at every little thing all day long. I told her that some people find that very annoying. He chokes up as he talks. There's a long beat, then he offers the wallet out to Adam. Would you like to see her? Adam nods. Lawrence tosses it over. Adam sees the photo. She's gorgeous. Thank you. Don't thank me. In a few years, some scumbag like me will be turning up on your doorstep to take her to a rave. That scumbag will definitely need a plan B in place just in case he has to go to the rave alone. Adam grins. You going to have any more kids? You should if you get the chance. He trails off. Oh, oof. Oof. With our schedules, it's difficult to concentrate on more than one. I was an only child. I always wanted brothers and sisters. Adam takes in the photo of the smiling young girl. Oh no! This part killed me! They cut it out of the movie. Anyways, I was an only child. I always wanted brothers and sisters. Adam takes in the photo of the smiling girl. I remember I wanted to be a vet. Really, really wanted to be a vet. Then I saw the grades you needed to get into it, and I pretty much knew it was a pipe dream. What garbage. I've seen kids with brain tumors who've completed high school from a hospital bed. Then they got further than I did. Yep, I think I can safely say it's too late to become a vet. It's never too late. Adam points to the corpse, his brains spattered everywhere. Well, he's got fuck all chance of becoming a vet. There's a beat, then Adam begins laughing. Even Lawrence can't hold it in, and he chuckles. The laughter dies down, they stare at each other. Oh god, my heart! Adam! We are going to get out of here. Adam nods, looks back to the photo. So, where's the lucky wife? There's another photo, behind the one you're looking at. All of us at the beach. Adam pulls out the photo of Lawrence and Diana, glancing at the one underneath. His heart skips a beat. Beneath the first photo is a stark Polaroid of Diana and Allison tied and gagged like animals, terror in their eyes. Written beneath the photo, the words, "Regards, Jigsaw." Man. It's my favorite picture because we're all in it. Someone, usually me, has to hold the camera, which means I'm always missing from the photos. He smiles at the memory. Adam sees Lawrence is looking away. He hurriedly removes the Polaroid from Lawrence's wallet. It's not here. What do you mean? The picture you're talking about isn't here. Really? Are you sure? Adam puffs the wallet back to him and he files through it. He must have taken it. Adam flips the Polaroid over. Written on the back, the words, X marks the spot. Hint, when you close your eyes, you see spots. Holding the Polaroid out of Lawrence's view, Adam reads the words. When you close your eyes, you see spots. Excuse me? Nothing, it's just, that. He jerks his head at the camera lens. I don't like being watched. The camera lens whirs. Living room, Gordon House day. The monitor flickers, displaying Adam and Lawrence. The figure watching them arches forward in a chair, then stands up. Groaning and hunched over, the figure heads out of the room. Diana's bedroom, Gordon House day. Toys everywhere. The room is not messy, though. It is perfectly neat. The figure enters and bends down to inspect a large dollhouse. Dollhouse day continued. Two dolls sit opposite each other in the miniature bathroom. The figure peers in at them through the window. Diana's bedroom, day continued. The figure turns its attention to the wardrobe in the corner. Cut to Diana's bedroom, Gordon House, night, flashback. Lawrence exits, the light going out as we saw earlier. Good night, mister. Good night, little girl. Diana strains to see into the darkness beyond her wardrobe door, not daring to move from her bed. Her eyelids flutter closed, drifting back into sleep. Hallway, Gordon House, night, flashback continued. Allison stands in the hall, watching Lawrence march out the front door, clutching his briefcase. He looks up at her, perplexed. Allie, I should probably ask you why you told Diana that I was going to leave you. I didn't say you were leaving us. I asked her what she would think if one day we weren't together anymore. I think it's great that you're posing hypotheticals like that to our 8-year-old daughter. I just don't know how long I can go on like this. I didn't know this was so terrible. Don't walk around pretending you're happy, Lawrence. Lawrence smiles. I am happy. I'd rather you break down and tell me you hate me. At least there'd be some passion in it. You're being ridiculous. Allison picks up an expensive-looking vase. Should I smash something to get a real response out of you? Start screaming? I know you'd care what the neighbors would think of that. Me listening to Aki read the soft script as I fall asleep. Thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping people can listen to this before bed. Thank you for the hydrate. Oof. This is like reading. This is like playing Ace Attorney, just non-stop reading. Lawrence puts down his briefcase, gently guiding the vase in her hand back onto the table. Makes sure it's back in the same place. Oh yeah! Happy New Year, Sangha! There's the way things look, and there's the way things are, Lawrence. Which one do you care more about? He takes one of the artificial flowers out of the vase, hands it to her. She smiles despite herself. They're fake. I want the kind that lives and breathes. Too messy. We don't have to water these. Allison cocks her head in exasperation. Alright, sorry. Lawrence picks up his briefcase, kisses her on the cheek. Mwah! I'll bring real ones home later, promise. He exits. Oh, thank you, Sango. That's so sweet. I hope I can continue to. Diana's bedroom, Gordon House night, flashback continued. Diana tries to stay awake, keeping a vigilant watch over her room, but her eyes close once again. And once again they open. This time though, a tall figure is standing at the foot of her bed. The figure waves at her, its face shrouded in shadow. That's so scary, God. Allison leans against the wall in front of the closed door, listens to Lawrence's car drive away. She turns, suddenly becoming aware that Diana is screaming. Honey? Diana? She charges up the hall, bursting through Diana's bedroom door to see. Diana's bedroom, Gordon House, night, flashback continued. Diana, silent and standing next to her bed. A figure sits in the center of her bed, a sheet draped over itself. Allison stares at the figure under the sheet, unsure what it is. She steps closer to her terrified daughter. A hand shoots out from under the sheet, clamping onto Diana's shoulder. Mother and daughter scream. Cut to Diana's bedroom, Gordon House, day, present. The figure picks up a crayon drawing. It is of a doctor holding hands of other people. The writing on it says, "My daddy is a doctor. He fixes people who are sick." Tears fall down onto the drawing and the figure begins howling, an agonized, pitiful shriek. Master bedroom, Gordon house, day present. The figure enters, still sobbing, rifles through a chest of drawers. In one drawer, woman's underwear. The figure opens the drawer next to it, which contains neat, color-coordinated rows of handkerchiefs. The figure takes one out, blowing his nose. Reaches under the handkerchiefs, pulling out a stethoscope. The figure looks at it, then turns around. Sitting on the floor are Diana and Allison. Their hands and feet are bound to the bedpost, their mouths gagged. Their breathing shifts up a gear. The figure bends down in front of Diana. Allison barks through the gag, wriggling. The figure places the earpieces of the stethoscope in its ears and presses the other end against Diana's chest. Boom boom, boom boom, boom boom. All we can hear is the pounding of Diana's heart. The figure reaches behind its back, producing a .38 revolver. Boom boom, boom boom, boom boom. Diana's eyes widen, her chest heaving. The gun is pressed against Allison's forehead. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. The gun is cocked. Boom, 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 boom. The figure lowers the gun, patting Diana on the head, drops some crayons and paper for her, goes to the window, staring through the open curtains. Oh, that's so messed up! Which match frames into abandoned house day continued. A video screen displaying a grainy shot of a figure staring through the curtains, then shutting them. We hear somebody shifting around off-screen. A raspy, metallic voice is heard. Raspy? How do I can see you, little person. Who are you? Wider angle reveals a grotty, disheveled Tap squatting in front of the video screen. He swallows awkwardly, a thick scar stretching around his throat, clearly visible. The dank room around him is clogged with stacks of notebooks, papers, and files, the walls plastered with newspaper articles about Jigsaw, and grainy black and white images of crime scenes, bodies, suspects. One space is devoted entirely to shots of an unaware Lawrence. Alone, Tap wades through the mess, whispering in a maddened stream. Must block out any and all extracurricular activity and concentrate on the case at hand if I want the collar, yes. He finds the notepad he is searching for, scrawling entries into it furiously. He sets the notebook aside and picks up a photo of him and Singh, dressed in casual clothes with big grins on their faces. Going to be a proud day then. Completion. Cut to a police car moving night. Tap's flashback. Tap drives. Lawrence sits silently next to him, staring into the thick fog which engulfs the car. I can't see a thing. When I drive through fog like this, all the murderers I'm looking for are 2 feet in front of me, but I can't see them. Lawrence squints at something off screen. Here we are. Tap pulls the car over, whistles and all. Very nice place, Doctor. Thank you. Quite an amazing story that poor woman told. I'm sorry I can't be of any more help with your investigation. I'll decide if you can be of any more help. Lawrence opens the car door, annoyed. We arrested a dentist last week who liked to play with kids a bit too much. He lived 2 blocks from here. The sewer lines run under this neighborhood too, Doctor. Lawrence gets out and shuts the door. Tap sits in silence, looks at the time, 9:06 p.m. Police station night. Tap's flashback. The hum of a vacuum cleaner. It's late and everyone's going home except Tap. He sits at his extremely cluttered desk, nose deep in a book. The Buddha's Book of Daily Meditations. Singh turns the corner into the office. On his way out, he is surrounded by 3 other burly male detectives, who laugh and high-five each other. Singh sees Tap and leaves the group, standing over Tap's desk. We're going to the grill for a beer. You want to come along? I don't think so. Thanks anyway. Oh well. I always have to ask. I'll leave you to have fun here then. Tap holds up the book, pointing at the Buddha on the cover. You of all people should appreciate this. Why? 'Cause my grandparents are Chinese? Football's my religion, pal. He goes to leave, then stops and turns back. Why don't you find yourself a hobby, Tap? Or a girlfriend? When was the last time you even got laid? Tap smiles, goes back to the book. Singh shrugs. Don't be one of those asshole cops who talks about the job 24/7, Kay? As a friend, I tell you that. Singh leaves. Tap is alone. Hello, Manu. Manu. Hi, Manu. Hi, Manu. I want to play a game. Tap eventually looks up from the book, rubbing his eyes. He leans back in his chair. Exhaustion is getting to him. He stares at a whiteboard in the corner, blue writing scrawled all over it. In the center of it, in large, big letters, the words, "Jigsaw knows his victims." No, thank you. I don't want to play with you. Ring, ring. The phone on his desk snaps Tap out of his daze. He snatches it up on edge. Hello? It's me. I got something for you. Go ahead. No, I want to speak to you in person. Look, unless you tell me what... Jigsaw. You want to know who Jigsaw is, right? I can tell you. Tap leans forward in his chair. Is this your idea of a joke? I'm not lying, Tap. Just meet me inside warehouse 128 on Dayrose Street in half an hour. Then I'll tell you. Tap checks his watch. Why now? It's 10 o'clock at night. You know how I live. Be there with your partner or you get nothing. This sus. He stares at a white boy in the corner. Hello? The line goes dead. Tap hangs up, considers, then dials. It rings, answered by a pissed off Sing. I'm going to kill you. I just had one of my informants call and straight up tell us he knows who Jigsaw is. Yeah, and he wouldn't say over the phone. He wants to meet us in person now. No way. I've got a wife at home who's ready to roast me as it is. Who's the shithead? He's a junkie, but he's given me reliable stuff in the past. I wouldn't pass it up. Come on, Tap. It's damn near midnight. I'll owe you. You can play with your tribe tomorrow. Sing sighs loudly. Give me the address. Oh, Sing's such a real one. Cut to warehouse night. Tap's flashback continued. A pitch-dark warehouse. Scratching is heard, then a shaft of light soars through the dark space. Tap and Sing jostle inside. Faces lit by flashlights. So, where's your guy? The two men separate, knee-deep in a carpet of fog, which rolls in from the outside through a hole in the roof. Tap goes to the wall, finding a light switch. Flicks it. Instead of electric light, a series of lanterns protruding from the fog ignite. The cops are awestruck. The lanterns give light to a circle of red velvet cloaks, draped over large objects around the room. Did you tell Base where we were? Not listening, Tap approaches the nearest cloak. Stares at it, apprehensive, then hauls it off, revealing a grotesque pig mask, rotted. Almost looks like it was made from the real thing. Flies hover over it. They move away from it to the second cloak, pulling it off and discovering an intricate miniature-scale model of a bathroom. Tap leans in close to it, inspecting. Sing's heart is in his throat. They start in fright as somebody groans nearby. The two cops exchange glances. Sing wants out. Tap doesn't. He moves to the next cloak. The groaning increases in volume. Then the cloak moves. Tap reaches out, grabs a hold of the cloak. Sing cocks his gun. Tap rips it away, unveiling a man, still alive and standing upright, strapped to a pole. He is wearing a rusted metal collar around his neck, which has 2 foot-long poles extending out of it on either side. Sitting on the end of each pole is a heavy drill device. With each of the drill points pointing inwards, he spits through a gag, his eyes pleading. What the fuck is that? That's him! That's my informant! Tap sees what is written on a piece of paper stuck to the man's chest. Welcome to your game, Detective Tap! Zzz. Both of the drills screech to life. They begin to slowly make their way along the pole towards the informant's skull. Now you'll make a choice! Tap whirls at the voice just in time to see a dark figure step back into the shadows. He swings his gun up at it. Freeze! Police! Sing turns in unison, gun out. The figure stops walking backwards, hands raised in the air. The figure snorts. The sound is cold, sickly. Exciting! Shut up, get down! The figure doesn't move. Behind them, the drills lumber closer to their target. In 20 seconds, the life of the man behind you will have ended. There's only one key that can save him. I said get down! How do we stop it? The figure looks at Sing. The key is inside the box at his feet. Tap doesn't take his eyes off the figure. Sing edges over to the informant, sees a small box near his feet. His time is running out. What's more important to you, Detective Tap? Arresting the great Jigsaw or the life of another human? The informant makes muffled pleas through the gag. Sing reaches down, tips out the contents of the box, dozens of identical silver keys. Jesus, what do I do? Tap is zoned out. He circles the figure, taking out his handcuffs. Get on your knees. The figure drops to its knees. There's a keyhole on the front of the collar the informant is wearing. Sing tries one of the keys in it, no good. Tap moves in behind the figure. The informant shakes his head desperately, but the collar isn't going anywhere. Sing tries another key again, no good. He tries another, hands shaking, desperate. The informant begs, drool seeping from his mouth. Christ, Tap, I need help! The drills are seconds away from meeting in the middle. Aren't you going to help him, Detective Tap? I won't be going anywhere. I'm too sick to run very fast. Tap! Drenched in sweat, Sing slots key after key into the collar to no avail. Tap claps one of the cuffs around the figure's right wrist. You just ended the life of 2 people. Tap! The drills pierce flesh, the informant screaming. We do not see it, just hear it. Sing leaps backwards. In that split second, the figure lets out a long blade drop from its sleeve, cleaving the airfit and slicing Tap's throat. No! Tap falls to his knees, gripping his throat and firing into the darkness that the figure recedes into. Sing crouches next to him, whipping out his police radio. Officer down, requesting immediate backup. Oh, hi, Arrow. You're looking awfully silly today. Yes, I am. Hello, Arrow. Hi, Arrow. I want to play a game. Hesitant, Sing gets up and sprints. Tap shakes his head, pointing madly after the figure, shoving Sing away. Hesitant, Sing gets up and sprints, seeing the figure ahead. He heads up a set of stairs into an empty freight area lined with concrete pylons. Quiet, then... Psst. Copy that. Please confirm address. Sing shuts his radio off. Shaking, he trains his gun in all directions. I feel so bad for Sing. He didn't even want to do any of this. He only did this because he's a good partner. Man. Aki would kidnap me and stick me in a saw trap, but forget to actually tie me down or anything. Real. It just leaves. The door is open too. A flock of pigeons alight. He wheels on them. That's when the figure bursts from behind. Oh my god. Hold on, I need water. Oh, that popcorn was really getting to me. That's when the figure bursts from behind a pylon and heaves into Sing with full force, knocking him down. Landing hard, Sing sees the figure disappearing into the blackness ahead. Blam, blam, blam! He fires, hearing a body drop to the floor. Oh. Hydrate redeem. Thank you very much. Yummy water. Sing gets up, really trembling now, edging forward. He follows a blood trail to the start of a pitch-dark corner. Hesitates. Suddenly, a torch beam lights the path in front of him. Thank you for the stretch. Oh. He snaps around to see Tap on his knees at the top of the stairs, still gripping his throat and aiming his flashlight at Sing. Sing turns back, following the light into the corridor, brushes cobwebs from his face, moves stealthily along the wall until he sees it. The trench-coated figure lying in a heap. Did Sing get him? He enters closer to the body. He claws through a last sheet of cobwebs but finds he is stuck. He writhes, struggling to free himself. What the hell? The figure in front of him sits up, face obscured in shadow. Yellow teeth gleam in the dark. Sing raises his gun, but before he can fire, 2 huge iron petals emerge from the walls and snap shut on either side of him, sealing him inside. We hear his muffled screams from inside them. With a deafening screech, 3 steel arms controlling the petals then fold the iron cocoon in half. Screams, then silence. The figure stands, circles Sing's metallic coffin. Tap tries to scream, no sound coming forth. The figure approaches Tap, who aims his revolver and pulls the trigger. Click, click, click. The figure stands over Tap, bleeding, his breath wheezing. Don't be disappointed. I'm dead anyway. The gun went off for me a long time ago. Oh wait, I had to do the voice. Don't be disappointed. I'm dead anyway. The gun went off for me a long time ago. The figure bends down behind Tap so that his face cannot be seen. It was Dr. Gordon who said it to me. He sat me down and cleared his throat and said, I'm sorry to inform you that you have a year to live. I'm surprised by the physical changes knowing that you're going to die brings on. Like your vision actually improves. Your eyes aren't lazy anymore. They don't glaze over things. You see beauty in everything, and you see all the ugly people walking around, ungrateful to be alive. It's a wonderful clarity, but I'd give it up in a microsecond for a life without sickness. The figure takes Tap's hand gently. At this rate, you're losing blood. I'd give you about half an hour to live. Your vision will slowly reduce down to a pinprick of light, then nothing. The figure stands up. Now that you too have a time limit on your life, I want to tell you something. I know about you. I know about you. You've never had sex before. Have you, detective? You're going to die of virgin. The figure turns to leave. Tap begins to pass out. Whoa! Why'd he say that? Bro? Hi, Gabby. Meltdown over Ichiban as my mutuals are trying to kill me. Real. It will be the birthday. The birth. Bro getting roasted in his last moments. Hello? What's going on? Man, I didn't know Jigsaw was about... I didn't know Jigsaw was about all that. Sing's blood-filled eye is visible inside the iron contraption. It slowly shuts. Oh no! That's so messed up! Cause Sing could have lived if he wasn't such a good partner. And Tap was like, please, Sing, come with me, please. I promise I'll reward you for this. And Sing's like, I just want to go home to my wife, man. But he's a good partner. So he went with Tap and now he's dead. And he was only 28, man. Anyways, what did Sing ever do to deserve this? The clock now reads 2:30. Lawrence glares up at it. He picks up the tape recorder. We're back in the bathroom. Presses play and begins pacing. Coughing? There are ways to win this, hidden all around you. Just remember, X marks the spot for the treasure. Find the X. Lawrence repeats the words to himself under his breath. Adam sits on the edge of the tub, holding the Polaroid of Allison and Diana out of Lawrence's view. We need to search this room again. Lawrence inspects each tile on his side of the room closely, moving faster now, more desperate. He searches behind the sink. Adam ignores, still studying the back of the Polaroid. X marks the spot. Hint, when you close your eyes, you see spots. More riddles. Lawrence turns around. What was that? Nothing. What are you doing over there? Listen, just because I'm stuck in this room with you doesn't mean I have to report to you every 10 seconds. I don't really see the point in us not helping each other. What do you expect me to do? I'm on a leash. Exactly why we need to talk. We need to think. I am thinking. Then don't keep me in the dark about it. Adam is about to answer when he stops. Something hits him. Turn off the lights. Hesitant, Lawrence flicks off the light. We hear Adam gasp. On the wall behind Lawrence, written in huge glow-in-the-dark paint letters, the words, dig here, shine in the dark. An arrow points to a large fluorescent X below the words. Lawrence turns, seeing the vibrant words, stands aghast. We didn't see this before? Because the lights in here hadn't charged it. It's glow-in-the-dark paint. How did you... Hurry up before it fades! Dumbfounded, Lawrence grabs the hacksaw, smashing it against the X, breaking tiles away to reveal a hole bored into the concrete behind it. Lawrence switches the lights back on, reaches into the hole, wrenching out a small box shaped to look like a treasure chest. The two men look at each other. Lawrence fiddles with the lock, won't open. Smash it! Lawrence tries to, can't. Adam grows frustrated. Pick it up and throw it! Something occurs to Lawrence. Wait, that key. The one from the envelope. Adam finds the key on the floor, skids it over. Lawrence slides it into the lock, turns it. Click. The chest opens. Lawrence reaches in, holding up a cellular phone. Adam whoops with victory. Whoa! The most beautiful invention on this planet! Lawrence sets the phone aside, reaches in again, holding up 5 cigarettes and a lighter. Adam laughs for joy. Make that second most beautiful invention. Give me one of those. Are you kidding? No? You're not putting something we found in this room into your mouth. I'm willing to risk it. Lawrence sets them aside, ignoring his pleas. Takes a pair of glasses out of the chest. They are his reading glasses. He puts them on. We see there is only a folded up piece of paper left inside the chest. Shh, doctor, is written on it. Adam chews his nails, eyes glued to the cigarettes. I don't care. I really don't. I don't need one. Lawrence unfurls the piece of paper, reads it to himself. The cigarettes are harmless, I promise. Smoking is only poisonous when it ends in bloodshed. Think about this. You don't need a gun to kill Adam. He folds the note up again. Adam is really agitated now. May I have one, doctor? Lawrence picks up the phone, hits 911. I'm trying the police. The phone pips loudly. Call failed, appearing on the screen. He tries again and again. Tries a different number, same result. It was meant to receive calls, not make them. Lawrence furrows his brow, glaring at the phone. This has happened before. Cut to underground parking lot, night flashback. Lawrence is in his BMW. He sighs, closing his black diary and studying his reflection in a rearview mirror. He smashes the steering wheel with his fists. Suddenly his body goes rigid in pain. He rubs the back of his neck, shaking it off. He starts the car, steering slowly through the pillars up to an electronic gate. He rolls down the window, feeding a parking stub into the ticket machine. The machine spits the ticket back out. He tries again, same result. Angered, he steps out of the car and marches up to the ticket booth. He pounds on the glass, but no one appears. He scans around for someone, sees no one. He turns back to the booth, seeing a security monitor displaying a front-on shot of his BMW. In it, he can clearly see a dark figure lying across the back seat of his car. Ah, so creepy! He whirls on the car, terrified. Unsure of what to do, he takes out his cell phone. He dials a number. Call failed appears on the screen. As he glances back at the booth, he catches sight of something reflected in the glass, something protruding from his upper back. A syringe. Horrified, he bends his arm to reach it, suddenly feeling woozy. My God! He turns, running desperately. Behind him, the back door of his BMW opens and a dark figure steps out. The dark figure gets on its... Huh? The dark figure gets on its hands and knees and begins crawling towards Lawrence. What? Me, that's how I walk around. That's so creepy. The dark figure gets on its hands and knees and begins crawling towards Lawrence. Lawrence's POV sprinting through the garage. The walls begin to pulsate, the lights dimming. The dark figure crawls slowly behind, giggling insanely. Lawrence's steps become drunken, wayward elopes. Through blurred vision, he can make out the exit door. Lawrence's pace gets slower with each step, like he was running in a dream. He slumps to the ground, rolling onto his back. As everything fades to black, the last thing Lawrence sees is the face of a pig man peering into his eyes, waving at him. That's true, she does. Very true. Flash cut to the bathroom present. Real fear is visible on Lawrence's face. That thing, it was waiting for me. He holds the treasure chest in his hands, drills Adam. How did you know to turn off the lights? Who cares? It worked. How did you know? Instinct. You're a terrible liar. You say that like you know me. You don't. What else aren't you telling me? Well, let's see. On my 6th birthday, Scott Tibbs, my best friend at the time, stabbed me with a rusty nail. I didn't tell you about that. I didn't tell you that my last girlfriend, who was a feminist vegan punk, broke up with me because she thought I was too angry. I hadn't told you that one of my toenails... Stop it! You knew to turn off these lights. Whatever. Think what you like. I think I'm dealing with a juvenile who's more stupid than he looks. The interrogation becomes too much for Adam. A ball of fury, he hurls over the Polaroid of Diana and Allison. You wanna know? Here! Lawrence picks up the Polaroid, his eyes bore into it. He crumbles to the floor. A long moment passes. Why? Why wouldn't you show me this? I couldn't. A fluorescent tube overhead flickers and dies. Lawrence's voice is bare. Only a whisper. It is broken, changed. They need me. He looks up at the room around him. Swallowing bile, he addresses the camera. What are you doing to them, you bastard? He covers his face with his hands. Lawrence doesn't move. The room is eerily silent for a long time. I just wanted to get us out of here. Upon hearing that, Lawrence slowly removes his hands, unfolds the note left for him. The words written on it echo in his head. Smoking is only poisonous when it ends in bloodshed. Think about this. You don't need a gun to kill Adam. He looks down at the floor near his feet, at the rivulets of blood which have dribbled from the corpse in the middle of the room over to him. Cut to bathroom earlier flashback. Back to the start. Chilling instructions fill the room from the tape recorder. There's a man in the room with you. When there is that much poison in your blood, the only thing left to do is kill yourself. Cut to bathroom present. Lawrence holds the cigarettes in his palm, eyes switching between them and the blood on the floor. And more flashbacks. He sees Adam is avoiding his gaze. Adam. He slyly dips one of his cigarette butts into the blood, studies it. Studies Adam, mind ticking. Do you really want to die? Adam meets Lawrence's eye, confused. Lawrence picks up the tape recorder, waving it at him. That voice on your tape, it said, many days you have wanted to die. What did that mean? It means whoever did this to us has obviously been watching me on many days. Why did you want to die? Adam hesitates. Should he be revealing this much to Lawrence? The same reason everyone else wants to die, because it's preferable to living. Death is not an alternative version of life. You are either alive or you are nothing. Yeah, well, I'm alive and I'm nothing. A long beat. Lawrence looks at the cigarette, then up at the clock, 2:10. He begins mouthing words at Adam silently. What? Speak up! Lawrence rolls his eyes in the direction of the camera, putting a finger over his lips. I can't understand you. Exasperated, Lawrence's eyes fall on a thin pipe which runs out of the floor, across the ceiling and over to Adam's side of the room. Lawrence flicks the light switch off, plunging them into blackness. What are you doing? I want you to do exactly as I do. The lighter sparks to life, its tiny plume of flame giving off little visibility. Lawrence picks up the hacksaw, starts cutting through the thin pipe. Cut to living room day, Gordon household. The figure squints at the darkened monitor screen, hearing Lawrence's hacksaw screeching away, leans closer. Bathroom. With one last jerk, Lawrence severs the thin pipe in half. He pulls one end toward himself, placing his mouth over it. He switches the light back on, throwing the lighter and hacksaw over to Adam, who points slyly at the thin pipe on his side of the room. This one? Lawrence nods, then switches the light out again. Living room day, Gordon household. The figure sees the monitor go black again. Bathroom. Adam cuts through the thin pipe, brackets on the ceiling keeping it in place. He holds the lighter up but cannot make out Lawrence. Now what? A muffled voice slithers out of the dark, seemingly coming from the thin pipe. Adam presses his ear against it. Can you hear me, Adam? Adam presses his mouth against his end of the pipe, only just. Listen carefully. I need you to fake your death. What? Shh! I'm going to give you a cigarette. Then you will inhale a few times and then pretend to die, as if the cigarette was poisoned. Do you follow? Say yes if you do. Yeah. This could be our way out. The lights come back on, a few of the tubes sizzling and dying, leaving the bathroom darker. And, gosh, I love how this script is because you can see so much contrast between them. The lights come back on, a few of the tubes sizzling and dying, leaving the bathroom darker. Still want a cigarette? Adam seems unsure of how to go along with the scheme. Yeah, of course. Lawrence tosses it over. Adam lights it, then takes a few puffs. A tense beat. Lawrence glares at Adam, giving him a telepathic shove. Adam inhales deeply, then coughs, choking. I saw that clip on YouTube. He's like, dropping the cigarette. His eyes bulge, his body convulsing. He slumps to the floor, relaxing and gasping out one last dramatic breath. Still. He's such an actor. Lawrence to camera lens. There, I've done it. No answer. Lawrence pounds on the heavy door. I murdered him with the poison just like you wanted. Now where's my family? The room is silent. 2 corpses and a doctor. All of a sudden, Adam's back arches upwards violently, his eyes rolling back in his head. He spits and flails, the veins bulging in his neck. Lawrence eyes him in horror. Adam screams, his body rigid, then abruptly limp. He sucks air into his lungs, trembling. So much for being dead. I think I just got electrocuted. That was our way out of here. Did you hear what I said? He calls at his foot clamp. Get this thing off of me, get it off! Stop acting. You think I would make this up just to mess with your stupid fucking little game? Lawrence is unable to totally believe or disbelieve. I'm ending this right now. Give me that hacksaw. Adam hurls it over. Lawrence resumes the attempt at sawing his foot chain in half. The chain won't hold still. Impossible to cut. Damn it! Lawrence slams the wall. Oh shit. What? What is it? Adam's eyes are filled with fear. It's all come back to me. I remember everything now. Cut to stairwell, apartment building, night, flashback. We are outside Adam's apartment again. Adam gently strokes the face of the stray cat. Oh, Adam and his cat, please. Behind him, we see a dark figure creep silently into his apartment through the open door. Adam leaves a carton of milk for the stray cat and goes inside, closing the door behind him. Entranceway, Adam's apartment, night. Flashback continued. Dark, cramped, messy. The walls are covered in protest flyers and band posters. A large portrait of Che Guevara takes up one wall. Adam presses play on his blinking answering machine. He opens a door opposite, stepping into bathroom, Adam's apartment, night. More mess. Adam switches on a red lamp, giving light to rows and rows of photos, crisscrossing each other on strings. He unslings the camera from his shoulder, removes the film from it, begins pouring out chemicals to process it. The machine beeps behind him, playing the message. Adam, are you there? Please pick up if you're there. Your father's not angry anymore. We just want to know if you're alright. Adam keeps busy, dipping several prints into a sink filled with developing solution. Please call, honey. Goodbye. Adam looks up. He writes himself a note. Call Mom. Looks at it. Adds a question mark to it. Call Mom? He looks down at his freshly developed photos, pictures of a man dressed in a suit carrying a briefcase. It looks a lot like Lawrence. Adam sits down, resting by the sink, falling asleep. Are people still into Che Guevara? I don't know. not falling asleep by the sink. Okay, bathroom, Adam's apartment later. A noise startles him awake. The red light is out. He tries to see what time it is, but the room is in pitch darkness. Clambering to his feet, he trips through the dark bathroom, going to the light switch and flicking it on. Nothing. Another noise, a clatter. Adam gropes forward and picks up his camera. He pushes the bathroom door open. Kitchen, Adam's apartment. Adam stumbles out of the bathroom, squinting into blackness. He holds up his camera, letting the flash go off. For a split second, it lights up the room, showing an empty kitchen. He winds the camera. The flash takes a while to recharge. The living room, Adam's apartment. Adam blindly shuffles into the living room, depresses the trigger again. The flash lights up the room, and again it is empty. Crash! Adam whips around at the direction of the sound. It came from the bedroom. Someone there? Bedroom, Adam's apartment. Adam edges his way into the bedroom. The flash goes off, lighting up a messy but empty bedroom. Another sound. It's coming from inside the wardrobe. Adam reaches out with a cautious hand, groping blindly for the wardrobe handle. He yanks the door open. Oh, that's so creepy. Adam can hear muffled breathing, so close it could be right in front of his face. Who's there? Adam winds the camera again, the flash charging back up. He fires the camera, illuminating a lightning-quick vision of hell personified. A figure is standing directly before Adam, a garish red suit draped over its body, a grotesque pig mask on its face. Then darkness again. Adam cannot scream, simply chokes. We hear him being shoved to the ground. The flash goes off again, blinding us and transposing into bathroom present. The white tiled tomb. Adam looks petrified by the memory. Lawrence looks just as unsettled. Ring, ring! They both jump out of their skin as the phone goes off. Lawrence eventually pushes answer. Labored breathing on the other end. Who is this? Daddy? A bolt of shock surges through Lawrence. Daddy, is that you? I'm here, Diana. Where are you? Where's Mom? Here with me. Is she okay? Talk to me, Diana. Tell me if you're alright. Where were you last night, Daddy? Diana, please, are you and Mom alright? Master bedroom, Gordon house. Day. The dark figure stands over Diana, holding a phone to her ear. The bad man from my room is here. He tied us up and... She begins to sob. He has a gun. What man? The figure presses the phone against Allison's ear, holding up a note to read from. Cut to bathroom, breathing on the phone. Hello? Diana? Diana? Lawrence? Is Adam there? Lawrence glances up at Adam. How do you... Allison, for Christ's sake, where are you? I'm at our home. Don't believe Adam's lies, Lawrence. He knows you. He knew all about you before today. The line goes dead. Hello? Hello? God damn you. If you so much as lay a finger on him, I'll murder you. Do you hear me? Are they okay? Panicked and confused, Lawrence tries to comprehend just that. My wife. She mentioned your name. What? What did she say? She told me not to believe you. Believe me about what? She said that you know me. That one stops Adam dead. Who are you? You know who I am. Do I? Lawrence grips his temples like a fierce migraine has just struck him, his voice reaching fever pitch. I need to know what is going on. Stop all the lies. You're a liar, a liar, a liar. I'm a liar? What did you do last night, Lawrence? Work at a hospital, was it? Save sick children? No. Lawrence looks up at Adam. You said that after you left your house last night, you went to work at a hospital. That's because it's the truth. No, it's not. Lawrence is dumbstruck. Your wife is right. Don't you remember me, Lawrence? You looked right at me. Cut to underground car park night. Lawrence is heading speedily for his BMW as we saw previously. Then from behind one of the pillars, Adam appears, taking a long lens 35mm camera out from under his jacket. Lawrence continues on his way and Adam aims the camera at him. He depresses the trigger, the flash going off, then ducks back behind a pillar. I took that photo in the parking lot. Cut to the bathroom, present. Adam snatches the plastic bag the hacksaws came in out of the bathtub, fishing a set of the photos out of it and holding them up for Lawrence. He indicates one of Lawrence in the car park. I have the evidence to prove that you didn't go anywhere near a hospital last night. He shuffles through them, shots of Lawrence, alone, unaware. What did you do last night? Well, what you did do last night was visit a lady friend. Lawrence gapes at the pictures, disbelieving. Why were you taking pictures of me? Why else? Somebody paid me to do it. Cut to a car night flashback. Adam focuses the lens on his camera at something. In the reflection of his camera lens, we see Lawrence exiting his house. I went to your house. Underground parking lot night. Lawrence pulls up in his BMW, shutting off the engine. He climbs out and checks himself in the reflection of the side window before heading towards the exit door. I tailed you in my car. Another car entering the parking lot glides past him. Lawrence doesn't see the driver. It's Adam. Corridor hotel night. Dirty, the decay of little or no maintenance eats at the walls. A hanging light flickers, moths dancing around it. Lawrence paces up the hall, head down, stopping at room 17. He looks behind him, then knocks. And I followed you to that shitbag hotel. Over Lawrence's shoulder, we see a figure appear at the end of the corridor. Close on the figure, we see it is Adam. He aims his camera at Lawrence. As he waits outside the door, he flicks off a shot. The door opens and Lawrence steps inside. Cut to bathroom, present. Lawrence has gone so white he blends into the wall. You've had those with you the whole time? I found them in the toilet with the hacksaws. I don't know how they got there. More lies. Face it, Larry, we're both bullshitters, but my camera isn't. It doesn't know how to lie. It only shows you what's put right in front of it. Guilt weighs in on Lawrence's face. Just out of curiosity, what did you do in that hotel room? You got out of there pretty fast. Damn! song, more like soft opera. I know, right? Funnily enough, this one's like the least soap opera-ish of the franchise. It starts getting like really soap opera-ish. Um, Hotel room night. There's a knock at the door. A figure opens it slightly, then walks away. Lawrence steps in, places his briefcase on the table. Why did you deem it necessary to call me when you knew I was at home? I didn't know if you were going to make it. Lawrence removes his jacket and sits down on a chair, seeing the pretty red-haired student doctor we saw earlier. She sits up on the bed, visibly nervous. Her name is Carla. I gave you a precise time at which to call, Carla. I promise I will from now on. I just wanted to make sure you were coming. I missed you. She unbuttons her blouse, but when she speaks, it's awkward, not sexy. Did you miss me? Lawrence turns away, says nothing. Carla looks worried. You're not leaving me, are you? That one registers. Lawrence studies her for a long beat. He takes his black diary out of the briefcase, flipping it open to a page with a detailed list written on it. 7 a.m. gym, 9 a.m. breakfast, 1 glass of grape juice, and so on. All of the items on the list are crossed out except the last, 10 p.m. visit Carla. Dr. Gordon, what's wrong? I'm wrong. You're one of the most talented young doctors I've ever seen. Carla smiles sheepishly. You shouldn't be here in this dirty hotel room. I was wrong to make you come here. I was wrong to start this with you. Carla looks confused, hurt. I think you should leave before I become weak again. This is all my fault. But, please, the quicker you forget about me, the better. I'm sorry. Lawrence and Carla face each other, silent goodbyes. Ring! Their heads snap around as the room phone goes off in the corner. Lawrence turns to Carla, suspicious. It's not for me. Lawrence moves toward the phone, picks it up like it was a movement-triggered bomb. The distorted voice we have been hearing on Jigsaw's tapes breathes hoarsely on the other side of the line. Oh. What sort of ignorance does it take to give people the news that they are going to die every day of your working life, and yet go on living your own life in such a corrupt, dead way? Terror spreads through Lawrence like a typhoon. You know, I have a nickname for you, Doctor. I call you the Bad News Bear. Now, though, it's me who's got bad news for you. I know what you're doing. The phone line goes dead. Underground parking lot night. Hurried footsteps echo as Lawrence rushes back into his car. As we saw earlier, he looks flustered, edgy, not himself at all. A camera flash explodes behind him, turning the whole frame white and bringing us back to bathroom present. Yes, I do. Saw would be vastly improved. The Jigsaw sounded like that still played by Tobin Bell and stuff like that. That's so real. I'll do it. I'll do it for free, please. Lawrence glares, questions clouding his mind like locusts. Who was it? Who paid you to follow me? I don't know. He called himself Bob and he gave me the money up front, so Bob it was. $200 for one night's work. If I'd known I was gonna end up here, I would have asked for a shitload more. Adam's so real. He's like, $200 is $200. What does this mean? Does this mean you saw me? What I saw was you get into your car and drive away. That's it. I don't know how you got here. I don't know how I got here. I just took the shots. Cut to bathroom, Adam's apartment, night, flashback. Adam's in his makeshift darkroom as seen earlier. And went straight home to develop them. Cut to Adam's apartment later. Rapid images of the pigman forcing Adam to the ground. Cut to bathroom present. Adam lowers the photos, gesturing to the walls around him. The next thing I know, I'm chained to a pipe in an ancient toilet, staring at the guy I've been taking shots of all night. Adam's from Yakuza. So whoever paid you to take the photos is the one who put us here. Maybe. What did he look like? I don't know, he was just a guy. Cut to Adam's apartment night. Flashback, a figure shrouded in shadow stands behind Adam in his living room. The figure reaches into its pocket, pulling out a wad of cash. Bathroom present. Crazed, Lawrence continues his grilling. How tall was he? Was he obese? Skinny? I wasn't taking notes about his appearance. Adam's apartment night. The figure steps closer to Adam into the light. Cut to bathroom present. Adam strains to remember, frustrated. You must remember something about him. I can't. Cut to Adam's apartment night. The figure steps completely into the light, slapping the cash down in front of Adam. It is Detective Tapp, the scar around his throat glistening. Cut to bathroom present. The memory of Chap's face hits Adam. His neck! It looked like it had been cut. He had the scar all the way around. Adam runs his finger along his throat. Lawrence lights up. Tap! Detective Tap! I knew it! Hold on. The guy who paid me to take these photos was not a cop. He was discharged from the police, broke down after his partner was killed, but that... What? But that didn't stop him harassing me. He became obsessed with Jigsaw, convinced himself I must have been involved somehow. Lawrence contorts with rage. And you helped him. You took money from him to invade my privacy. How could you do that? Call it my need to eat. You're not a victim of this game, Adam. You're a part of it. Hey, bro just wanted to put food on the table, okay? That's rich, because obviously this cop thinks you're the one behind it all. I told you he isn't a member of the police anymore. He's a gutter feeder, just like you. What are you so pissed off about? The fact I took some shots of you, or the fact that I took some shots of you while you were cheating on your wife? I did not. He can't even say it. Why do you care what I think anyway? I don't give a crap if you covered yourself in peanut butter and had a 15-hooker gangbang. Adam, please! Then why hide them from me all this time? For the first time, Adam looks like the boy he is. Because I didn't know you. I didn't know what you would do. Lawrence collapses, tears running out of his face, deep and painful. This line in the script hits me. Like, Adam looks like the boy he is for the first time. He's just a young guy who's lost in life and thinks he's a failure. Like, he has his whole life ahead of him. It's so sad. Because I didn't know you, I didn't know what you would do. Lawrence collapses, tears running out of his face, deep and painful. How did I get here? I had everything in perfect order. My whole life was in order. He stares at the Polaroid of Allison and Diana, their terror-stricken faces staring back. My wife, my beautiful wife, was always in awe of her ability to give a damn about other people. Allison and Diana... Oh, master bedroom, Gordon house. Allison and Diana sit silently as the figure readjusts their gags. Fitting Allison's on sloppily, the figure ruffles Diana's hair and exits. Allison watches the figure go, then shakes her head furiously. The gag comes free and she spits it out. Are you alright? Diana nods, tears in her eyes. Stay calm, we'll be okay. Can you get your hands free? Diana shakes her head, tears falling. Diana, please calm down. The tears keep coming. Look at me. Listen to what I say. Diana stares into her eyes. We're going to be alright. No ifs, buts, or maybes, I promise you that. But I need you to be strong. Can you do that? Diana's tears dry up. She nods. I love you. Oh man. This little 8-year-old. Cut to bathroom. Lawrence is sunken, broken. Sits with his head between his knees. Adam examines his photos, squinting. There's someone here. Lawrence doesn't look up. Hey! There was someone at your house last night! Lawrence raises his head, curious. Adam folds up one of his photos into an expert paper plane, sailing it over. Lawrence unfurls it. There's a picture of Lawrence exiting his house. Another figure, a skinny man, lurks unseen off to one side. Lawrence puts his glasses on, looks closer. I didn't see it there before. A sledgehammer of realization hits Lawrence. He stiffens up. My God, I know him! He gazes off, searching his memory. Cut to neuroscience ward, hospital day, flashback. As we saw earlier, Lawrence is sitting in front of a group of student doctors, including Carla. Zepp Hindle, 32, shuffles past, pushing a trolley. He stops and listens to Lawrence's speech. This patient has an inoperable front of brain tumor. It is metastatic and started as a colorectal cancer. The patient came in for the insertion of a port and had an adverse reaction to the anesthetic. His name's John, Dr. Gordon. He's a real interesting person. He's an artist, see? Why, thank you for that information, Zepp. Zepp ambles away. Lawrence watches him go. Also, another person that had no business being involved in the game was Zepp. That's so bizarre to me because Jigsaw's philosophy, I mean, it's super flawed. But Zepp stood up for him even. So I was like, what? Anyways, Zep's face stares back at Lawrence. You perverted psychopath. I'm going to take pleasure in seeing you pay for this. Fuck! What? He points up at the clock. Look! Lawrence looks up at it. The hour hand on the clock's face strikes 4, like a chord of doom strummed by death itself. Jigsaw just does things. They are out of time. Master bedroom, Gordon household. Allison bites at the rope which binds her wrists to the bedpost. Finally, she gets through it, freeing her bloodied hands. She rips Diana's gag out of her mouth. Don't leave me here! I'm not going to leave you here, honey. Cut to the bathroom. Ring! Their heads whip up as the phone rings again. Lawrence answers. What do you want? Cut to master bedroom, Gordon household. Allison attempts to wrench Diana's hands free. Footsteps in the hall approaching the door. Damn. Mommy, please take mine off too. Quiet. I need you to be quiet. Allison scrambles for an answer before placing the gag back into Diana's mouth, then putting her own back in as if nothing happened. The door opens. The figure enters, bending down into the light. Finally, we see that the weedy form of the figure. It is Zep. He studies them like a teacher of naughty pupils. Dr. Gordon's time is up. Now I gotta do what I gotta do, but before I go, I'm afraid it has to be you who calls and tells him he has failed. He slowly offers her the phone, pressing it against her ear. Cut to bathroom. Lawrence listens, hearing nothing. Lawrence? Yes? Master bedroom, Gordon household. A tear falls down Diana's cheek. Allison's breathing grows heavy. She looks up at Zep with pure hatred. You failed. With that, Allison explodes. She spits the gag out, smacking Zep in the face and wrenching the gun out of his hand. She belts him over the head of it, standing over him. Don't move a muscle. Lay on the floor. Damn! Zep does so, shaking with fear. Allison motions at Diana's bound wrists. Take that off her. Now! You've got 3 seconds. Zep leans in close to Diana, getting a belt over the head of the gun. Do it from there! A voice can be heard yelling from the phone. Allison snatches it up. Hello? Hello? Lawrence, is that you? Allie, what is happening? Are you okay? Someone had us tied up, but we've got him now. I'm going to call the police. Who was it? I've never seen him before. A little man with a big birthmark on his face. His name is Zep Hindle. You know him? What's this about, Lawrence? Listen, Allison, I want to say something to you. I want to say... Wait. She casts the phone aside, pressing the gun against Zep's temple. You get that rope off her now or you're dead, I swear it. Reluctantly, Zep releases Diana from her bindings. A scream is heard coming from the phone. It's Lawrence. Allison! Allison turns her head for a split second. Zep strikes. He leaps up, smashing Allison into the corner. He lopes onto her. She fights back, hurling objects at him. She manages to get up, picking up a chair and sending it through the window. Dang! Allison's so crazy. I love that. We love that for her. Abandoned house day. Tap sits bolt upright, riveted to his monitor screen. On it, he sees the chair go through the window of the Gordon house, spraying shards of glass everywhere. Surrounded by photos of Lawrence, Tap bounds away from the screen toward the door, loads his gun as he does. Cut to master bedroom, Gordon house. Zep forces Allison to the floor, wrenches the gun from her hand. He aims it at her head. Diana screams. Traumatized by the child's cries, Zep tries to calm her with his hands. He guides her to the floor next to Allison, towers over them both. Only Lawrence can be heard. Tiny shouts coming from the phone. Zep snatches it off the floor. Dr. Gordon, your wife did a bad thing. Lawrence's screams ring out through the phone, but Zep cuts him off, tossing the phone aside. Crash! Zep whirls as the noise echoes through the house. Bathroom. Lawrence still has the phone to his ear. The line is dead, and he knows it is. I love you, Allison. I have always been happy with you, always. Desperate, he shakes the phone madly. No! Suddenly, Lawrence stiffens up, features contorted in agony. His back arched. His body tremors violently, spittle spraying from the corner of his mouth, eyes bulging. The phone goes flying across the room, landing in the corner. Lawrence? What's wrong? His body loosens abruptly and he collapses to the floor, still. Say something! He lies there in a heap, fingers twitching. Lawrence, please get up! I need you to get us out of here! I need you! Cut to living room, Gordon household. Monitors flicker in the dark. Tap creeps past one of them. He holds his gun out in front of him, turns a corner like a trained cop does, into quarter. The empty hall. Grandfather clock omnipresent, ticking. Tap gropes along the wall. He stops, listening, breathing, quivering. Clear breaths. He cocks the gun, stepping toward a door. Slightly open, the breaths get louder. Tap gently pushes the door. The breathing stops. Diana's bedroom. Tap steps into the darkened room, crouches down next to a dollhouse on the table, turns toward the wardrobe. He does not see the figure rise in front of the window, silhouetted. Then he does. He whips around, gun out. Freeze! He reaches back and switches on the light, seeing Allison and Diana huddled together, eyes wide with fear. Tap breathes a sigh of relief, then turns. Staring at him through the windows of the dollhouse are two bloodshot eyes. Tap recoils as the dollhouse is thrown at him, revealing Zep. He leaps out under it, slamming him back. Tap stares at him for a second. Case closed. He snarls, charging at Zep, pinning him down. Allison and Diana sprint from the room as Tap and Zep roll onto the middle of the floor. Tap struggles to get his gun under Zep's chin. Zep counters, smashing a toy train against Tap's head, knocking him out. Zep heaves him off. He takes Tap's gun, limping from the room. Corridor continued, where he scans around for Allison and Diana. He flings every door open, searching high and low, wails in frustration. One-liner. Oh, yeah. Case closed. They're gone. Bathroom. Adam hurls mirror shards at Lawrence lying still. Get up! One of the shards connects with Lawrence's skull and he explodes awake, looks around frightened. Thank God, I thought you had a heart attack. Lawrence isn't looking at Adam when he speaks, spits the words out. Something has changed in him. He looks like an animal. Electricity! He electrocuted me, nearly killed me. The same thing happened to me, I told you. I wasn't lying, see? Lawrence stands up, looks at the clock, 10 minutes to go. Allison, I'm coming to get you. Living room, Gordon household. Zep frantically rips all his gear apart, monitors, radio equipment, everything. He pockets the gun and heads to a door, stepping into garage. The neat space of Lawrence's garage. A beat-up old Ford sits next to Lawrence's BMW. Zep jumps into the driver's seat of the Ford, points a device at the garage door. We hear the door opening, light spilling onto Zep's face. We do not see outside. He steers the car out of the garage, not seeing Tap enter, limping. He smashes the window on Lawrence's BMW, flinging open the door. Cut to bathroom. Ring! The phone rings in the corner of the room, far out of their grasp. Lawrence is like a caged animal. I can't get to it. That's my family calling and I can't help them. Lawrence, calm down. There must be a way out of this. Shut up, just shut up. The time for talk is over. I have to protect my family. The shrill tones of the phone increases in volume. Oh God, what is he doing to them? Cut to Zep's car moving. Dusk. The lights of an underground tunnel swoop past Zep's window as he swerves shakily from lane to lane, checks his watch. Hallway neighbor's house. Allison paces frantically with the cell phone in her hand. It rings with no answer. Family of Indian descent circle around Diana, comforting her. We are in their house. The father of the house comes running down the hall. I've called the police. Allison hangs up the phone. Diana runs to her and they embrace. Allison squeezing her for dear life. I love you, I love you, I love you. Do you know how much I love you? I do now. Through the tears, Allison laughs her loud, unique laugh. Cut to Tap's car, moving. Tap tears wildly through the fog-shrouded night in Lawrence's BMW, stomping on the gas. Ahead, he can just make out Zep's car. I knew you'd come back for the doctor. I knew it. I've got you now, you bastard. He cackles with laughter. Cut to bathroom, the phone stops ringing. Lawrence begins literally ripping his hair out. This is not the answer. It's not. Don't you think I want to live too, Lawrence? I have a family. I don't see them, but that's my mistake. It's a mistake I'd like to fix. Lawrence cannot hear him. Help me out of here, oh Lord. Please, God, guide me out that door. Cut to dark house, a front door. It groans open, light flooding in. Zep enters through it into the hall. He is in great pain, face dropping in agony. He shuts the door, lurches awkwardly down the corridor. We stay on the door, its lock jiggles, Tap forcing it open, pokes his head in, moves around, wounded. Corridor, dark house. Tap skulks up through the shadows of the hall, gun out like a guiding stick. He spins through a doorway into kitchen. Pots and pans everywhere, your standard suburban kitchen. Lounge room, no sign of Zep here either. The door slams shut, Tap whirls around and heads in the direction of the study. study. The door creaks open, and Tap cautiously enters, his gun out before him. You guessed it, Zep is nowhere in sight. Tap wheels in all directions, up, down, everywhere. Listening, he can hear faint footsteps. He turns to leave, then stops dead. He pivots back, staring at the far wall of the study, solid brick. There's something odd about it. He edges toward it, hands out, closer. Then it happens. His hand seems to go through the wall. Because it's an illusion, the wall is not flat. It has a doorway leading into a brick corridor. Tap gapes down at more steps. He scurries down them, spilling out into sewer. The filth-soaked tunnels where it all began. Tap spots Zep limping away, disappearing around a corner. He gives chase. Cut to bathroom. The clock ticks. Lawrence wails gibberish. Adam's pleas can barely be heard over the din. Stop it, Lawrence, stop it! You had a reason to get out of here, so pull yourself together. We're going to catch this guy. I have to do it. I'll just have to. No matter how far down the pit we seem, there's always, always hope. You told me that. But Lawrence is numb. He snatches up the hacksaw, crouching down and lifting his trouser leg, exposes his white office worker flesh, presses the blade against it, hard enough to draw blood. Lawrence, what are you doing? Sewer. Tap huffs along the wall. I'm right behind you. He unloads his gun at Zep. Bullets ricocheting off the walls. Slams in another clip and shoots again, the gunfire roaring with reverberation in the tunnels. Zep spins, returning the shots. Keeps moving, legs getting weaker. Bathroom. Lawrence thrusts the saw back and forth. We do not see it. Adam screams as flecks of Lawrence's blood dabble the floor. Sewer. Tap gains on the desperate Zep, who hobbles now as if his body was slowly shutting down. Tap pounces onto his back, catching his legs. They struggle madly in the slime, Zep withering under Tap's strength. Bathroom. Lawrence grits his teeth in agony as he saws through his foot. Sewer. Tap inches his gun towards Zep's face. Well, we're at the scene! Bathroom. Lawrence saws faster, harder, biting down on his belt, his eyes wide and maddened. Adam's shrieks fill the chamber. Sewer. The gun is firmly pressed against Zep's cheek. Tap cocks the gun, puts his hand in front of his face, then, with full force, Zep boots Tap in the chest, sending him thrashing backwards over the edge of a drop-off, landing on a metal pipe. And with that, he is gone. Bathroom. Lawrence saws all the way through, standing up and hopping forward, free from his shackle at last. He takes out the bullet in his pocket, limping over to the corpse and prying the .38 from its cold, dead fingers. Lawrence, it's not me who did this to you! Frenzied, Lawrence loads the gun. Angle inside the bullet chamber, the lethal lead dart slides into position. From in here, it's the size of a guided missile. Lawrence raises the gun, points it at Adam, cocks it. Please, Lawrence, please don't. You wanted to die. No, I want to live, I want to live! The madness in Lawrence's face melts into sorrow. Voice barely a croak. For a split second, we see the old Lawrence. I'm sorry, my family. No! Boom. The bullet propels Adam backwards, slipping stupidly into the bathtub. Still. Lawrence drops to his knees. Nuclear silence. Whoa. Finally, he looks up, sees the clock reads 1 minute past 4. He looks down at the camera lens. He's dead. For real this time. Show them to me. Click. The iron door unlocks. It lumbers open, groaning like a beast stirring in its sleep. The skeletal form of Zep shuffles in from the darkness beyond it, circles the hateful Lawrence. You! Zep raises the gun. Why? Zep cocks the gun. It's the rules. Lawrence closes his eyes, waiting for the inevitable. Zep takes aim, then stops, and looks back. Did he just hear breathing? Too late. Adam arches upwards, sweeping Zep's leg out from under him with his foot chain. Adam! Zep lands hard, scrambling for his gun. Adam is upon him, wrapping the chain around his neck and wrenching it taut. You want to chain people up, you sick fuck? You'll die with your own chain. Zep struggles to breathe, shrieking at Adam, but it's useless. His struggles get weaker until he wheezes his last gasp. Adam relaxes his arms, breathless, presses his hand on his bleeding shoulder, wincing. Lawrence tears off his shirt, wrapping it around his leg and tying it off, grimacing in agony. Adam, you're hit in the shoulder. You're going to be okay. Get this thing off my foot! If I don't find help, I'm going to bleed to death. I have to go get help. No! I have to go. For the first time, they touch. When Lawrence takes Adam's hand. I'll bring someone back, I promise you. Adam squeezes Lawrence's hand, breath starting to stutter, cold. Lawrence lets go, crawling across the floor like a wounded animal towards the door. Adam watches him go, fear building. Am I gonna be okay? Lawrence turns. I wouldn't lie to you. And then he is gone. Adam splays on the floor in a crumbled heap, listening until he can no longer hear Lawrence. The silence without him is almost too much to bear. Adam shifts, agitated. Freedom is dangling right in front of him, beyond the door, and he can't even get to it. Finally, he can't take it any longer. He slides himself over to Zep's body, rifling through his clothes. A key. He finds a wallet in the pocket of Zep's jeans, flips it open. He discards its contents one by one, finding a driver's license. Shepard Hindle. He flicks the license at Zep. He keeps fishing through Zep's clothes, hand landing on an object in his coat pocket. He retrieves it. It's a cassette, written on the front. Isn't this fun? Play me for the rules. Confused, Adam reaches for the cassette player, placing the tape inside and letting it run. Once again, that voice. That horrible voice. The horrible voice. Hello, Mr. Hindle, or as they called you around the hospital, Zep. Adam glances down at Zep's body, thoughts racing through his mind. No, this cannot be. I have a game for you. As you know, you have been sick for some time. That is the slow-acting poison coursing through your system, which only I have the antidote for. If you want to get well again, you had better join in with my game. Now listen carefully to the rules. Unable to believe what he is hearing, Adam turns around, and tremors in utter shock. The corpse, which had been lying lifelessly on the floor this whole time since the very start, slowly sits up in front of Adam. The corpse, now a very much alive naked man, creaks his neck, blinking and adjusting to the light. He pushes a needle into his forearm, flexing his fingers as the feeling comes back into his arms. Every particle of Adam's body has ceased to move. He just watches in stark horror. The man looks at Adam. From this angle, we see that he is the sick man Lawrence was talking to, the student doctors about, at the hospital. He smiles. This is truly Jigsaw. He gradually lifts his cancer-ridden body to his feet, peeling away a layer of bloodied latex from his face, tossing it aside. This was the real Jigsaw all along! Cut to observation room, police station. Once again, we see Singh throws an evidence bag containing a syringe onto the table in front of Lawrence. The man in this room with her had been injected with this. It causes instant paralysis to 90% of the muscles in the body. Bathroom present. Adam whips Zep's gun up, taking aim at the man. The man slams his fingers onto a button from a metal device that he has wired to his palm. As soon as he does, Adam is electrocuted through his chain, the gun flying from his hand as he flails madly in pain. The man lets go of the button, and Adam drops a sack of fried meat. Barely alive, Adam looks up at his captor. The man smiles. The key to that chain is in the bathtub. Cut to bathroom flashback. Adam struggling in the tub in the opening scene. We see his foot yank the plug out, the water gurgling down the drain. A penlight with a tiny key attached to it goes down too. Cut to bathroom present time. Sickly man hobbles over to the door as Adam reaches out. He reaches the doorway, he flicks the light switch off, plunging the once brightly lit bathroom into darkness. I'm surprised by you, Adam. The pawn has done what the knight couldn't do. You've murdered an innocent man. The silhouette of the man turns to look back at Adam. Game over. He slams the door shut. We are in total blackness. Adam screams into the abyss. Fade out. We finished! And that is Saw, the movie script. Woo! God, it is such a good read. I loved reading it on the airplane. I was like, movie scripts are so fun to read because when I read books, right, I envision like a whole entire movie playing out. So reading the movie scripts is like so fun because they completely write it out to be a movie, obviously. So you can like see everything, like when they switch locations and everything. It's so cool. The violin saw. We're done. Woo! Gosh, I had like an hour-long conversation with Jay about this movie because we were so like, God, like John Kramer's philosophy is so flawed and contradictory all the time. He contradicts himself like every movie. So we were talking about that. Then man, Adam is like where it all starts though to me. Where you can obviously see the flaw in his like whole experiment thingy. Because if we're being honest, if he let Adam live, like Adam would be a prime example that his experiment quote unquote worked, right? Because throughout this whole experiment, Adam and Lawrence too kind of rethinks his life. But Adam specifically is like, decides, you know what, like I want to live. Lawrence gave him hope too. He's like, you know what, it's not too late to follow my dreams. I can be a vet. I want to reconnect with my family. Like he has this whole new perspective of life and like wanting to live again and starting over kind of thing. So it basically worked on Adam. But then Jigsaw was like, die. He's like, no. Jigsaw was like, I make these games so that people who don't appreciate life will appreciate life more. And Adam's like, pre-game, he's like, I wanna krill myself. And then after the game, he's like, I wanna live again and start over and mend all my mistakes. And Jigsaw's like, no, die. It's like, so, man, it sucks. Oh, so sad for Adam. I loved Adam in the script because they cut out the cat scene, I think, and also the scene where he talks about wanting to be a vet. I don't know what else they cut out, but that's like the two I remember clearly. Oh man, Adam was also such a good like yin and yang kind of a character contrast with Lawrence. It was really fun. Like even in appearance, they contrast each other. You know, like the dark hair, blonde hair, all that. Even in the beginning, their descriptions were like contrasting. Lawrence was like, oh, perfectly put together, and Adam was like this like scrangly little drowned rat. But yeah, oh man, I love the script. I love how it's written, even with a few typos. I really like it. But yeah, it's just sad, man. It's like, you are so contradicting. What the heck? Also, everyone was like talking about it, but yeah, Adam's like a whole trap, quote unquote, was like completely rigged from the start. Because obviously the key would have gone down in the drain like the second he woke up, right? It's like he wouldn't have gotten out of there anyways. But he did everything right, basically. But yeah, most of it is just me really liking the character writing and the dialogue and back and forth between the two. It made it such an interesting read. But yeah, we have finished this all movie script. I will stop rambling now, because I probably have to head to bed. And if I keep talking about it, I could probably go on for like another hour. Like I did with Jay, so that's it for this all movie script. I hope you guys had fun. I really loved reading it. And I'd love to read more movie scripts with you guys if you guys had fun this time and would like another one. But yeah, cut off his character. Yeah, they completely cut it off. It's like, oh man. Character development? No. W script. Yeah, I found a website with a lot of published movie scripts, so I'll look through those. But man, what a script! I love it. I love it. I looked at like a lot of behind the scenes things, and it was funny because they had to make it on such a tight schedule. Especially James, he had to go through like this whole visa process to work in the States. So they actually didn't have much time at all. And after filming, they would like start editing right away in their bedroom. and everything. It was just such a rush. So that they said that's why the editing style has all those like flashing still images. It was to fill up like spaces in the movie. Which site? Let me check real quick. I believe it also has like the Saw X script. Was it? I believe some of the scripts you can find on Scraps from the Loft. So I'll put that in chat. Oh, they had the Saltburn script already. That was fast. Oh, they have the new Hunger Games script too. Cool. They have a lot actually. So there's that. And there's also Simply Scripts. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed it. How was the first movie script reading stream? Hopefully first of a few others. Yeah, how was it? I tried to read faster because I was like, oh, I didn't realize it would go over the time I had planned, but I hope it wasn't too fast. I hope I read okay too. I like stumbled and stuttered on a lot of words too and everything. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you had fun. It's really nice. I love reading Adam's lines, it's so funny. Oh, the last part where he's like leaving him. He's like, no, don't leave me, please. Oh man. Oh, I know Lawrence was like, I have a family. Adam's like, I have a family too. Like, I want to reconnect with them. And it's my fault we're not close. I was like, oh. Yeah, like he completely changed towards that. And he was saying like, oh, you told me like there's always hope and stuff. And I remember back when it was around when Lawrence got the last phone call. Adam starts talking like Lawrence did at the beginning of the movie. Because at the beginning of the movie, Lawrence is like, dude, like calm down, okay? We can get through this. But now they kind of switch roles and Lawrence is the one like freaking out and panicking, rightfully so. And now it's Adam's turn to be like, Lawrence, calm down. If we just calm down, like we can think of something together. It's like, they're the roles switching at the end. Man. The whole scene, the cat. Ugh. Okay, I will see if anyone's streaming, and then I'll send you guys off. I won't keep you any longer. But yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts also about the movie or about the stream in general. Hope you had a good time. Ooh, I stretch. I think I'll just send you guys off then. We'll just end stream. No raid, cause I'll feel bad if I don't stay and talk to the streamer, but I gotta go to sleep. So yeah. Well, this is it. Our final goodbye. I will come back for you. I promise you'll be okay. I promise. Big lie. Alright. I will send you guys off now. Take care, pooks. Thank you. Let me show you a photo I made. I made this photo while while I was drying my hair. Because I made a lot of things last minute. Is it this one? Yeah. It's me. Alright. I hope you guys had a good time. Give me your reviews and stuff, you know. Let me know how the stream was. And yeah, good night. Thank you for joining me again. This was a really fun experience and I really looked forward to doing this. I was so excited. So thank you guys for showing up and listening to me read the movie script. I hope it was good. I hope I was good. I hope I met your expectations. Okay. Bye. Good night, guys. Take care. See you Wednesday for Yakuza. Bye-bye. Good night.